12:25 at Curragh. We start on Sunday, 2nd of November. This year has flown, as does every year. It seems to be getting faster. Heavy ground at Curragh, so could pose a problem. If it is a change of ground, doesn't seem to be. There's no runners pulled out, so maybe they expected the heavy ground. So the first race read is 3 race reads. There's no fixing this first race anyway. So yeah, it's quite strong, the favourite now. Strong the 2. We don't bat favourites ever. Back against them, and here is Druids. Yep. Weak signal for cans. Strong still Atomic City, but weakening a little bit. Yes, there's no bet in the first for us because we're only backing the gold gambles and the fixed races. Keep a very close eye on the fixed races because I might even drop back into gold gambles for a week. So we're going to try £1,000 theoretical deposit because I've just been blocked from depositing for a while. And I only use Betfair. And we're going to do £10 each way stakes, and then we're going to double to £20 each way stakes when we reach £2,000, £30 each way stakes, £3,000. We're going to try. So £1,000, £10,000 challenge. Just get
We're going to win so much.
bit of fun there. Druids Glen was strong earlier. New Poetic is strong now. The 11. Do 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 do. Races yet televised.
James J. Braddock, and between them stands Castle Riffield Dasher and Can, followed by Antigua New Poetic is next, followed by Atomic City, White Cap of Il Corsaro, and then he's a big boy now, and Belnway and Avec, Grand Plaisir, and then up Style, Darius Stark next, being followed towards halfway by Cactus Jack, and then Lady Dora May and Unidas. Pushed along is Goas Gallus, others towards the back end of the field are Canova and the slow starting Nation Crown. Matching strides are Druids Glen, Jack Cleary and James J. Braddock. Wayne Hassett, the apprentice title contenders. They're on 24 and 22 respectively. They race towards the final 2.5 furlongs. James J. Braddock has just picked it up from Druids Glen. Over the far side, Atomic City with Can, followed then by Riffield Dasher, New Poetic and Antigua with Neil Corsaro. James J. Braddock moves on now from Atomic City, followed by Can, fading as Druids Glen, then New Poetic and Riffield Dasher, Neil Corsaro, followed then by Antigua, but there's no catching James J. Braddock. And Wayne Hassett, is this perhaps a title clincher for him? James J. Braddock has gone a long way clear to win the opener in some style. Can is second. Third was Atomic City. And sweep of the floor.
Yeah, one for Joseph there. James J. Braddock has slaughtered the opposition. RJ, they're underway for their marathon. Got Doncaster on to further greyhound activity coming there. We're going to go and join the guys. So for Carlisle, it's a 2-mile fight.
Sunday usually is a favourite day, and the first one on the card is usually my strongest, and the first one indicated was a 9. I was strong in that race. Oh, I missed the 12:10 Cork. It doesn't matter. It's my favourite one. There's 2 favourites in already. Strong 9, 2, and the 11 at the off. I'm not posting in time for people because I'm not getting any positive response. So I'm not going to make people rich for free anymore. I've done this for a year, and it's time to start getting the right people involved and close to me in the group. I do ask for only £10 to throw on the fixers. We had a 33-1 winner last night. Nobody's interested in having that fix. So £400 they would have had for £10 each way. Stakes the minimum advised to £1,000 deposit. Like I say, £400 towards the £2,000. We had a 5-1 super fix yesterday as well. Superfix is the biggest win rate to loss rate and the most organised of the fixers. A lot of fixers beyond 10-1 don't get market signalled. Atomic City was strong there, the 2 as well, so there was a bit of profit and return each way there. It's third, the 11, I don't think was replaced by. I had a weak signal for Cairns earlier on. That's another grand I need for it. So a lot of stuff. Well, I want rather than need. Forgetting to what's the best stuff for cleaning reading glasses because I'm sick of. Oh. Let's clean the spray. Alright, I'll do that now. Oops, I missed a race already. Weak the Jukebox Kid. 8-7 straight. Lots of strong signals because of the non-runners. So they're just book adjustments mainly. So we go after the gold here. Would have if I'd been paid, and I'll make sure I'm on time with races. So that's the problem. These Irish races, the long races, and they are split in between the English races, only giving 5 minutes for a read. So there's 2 Irish races split in between today. So, and they're always big races. The winner takes it all. Reverse gambles come in these races often, so I have to put them in. Reverse gamble. Or Tizini. And Arthur. So Lyle, certainly a reverse gamble can come in this race against these 2 gold gambles. 2 reverse gambles against 2 gold gambles. Let's see. Maybe they should be in capitals because they do seem quite Ottazini especially. Oh, it's a Cat Lyle. An Irish Raider.
The Jukebox Kid landing ahead of Grand Jest in second, and once again all streaming across absolutely fine, and right-handed now into the back straight, and from here about a mile left to go. It is the Jukebox Kid up to the outside, going to take this a neck in front of Grand Jest, and they both soar over, and all crossing it safely with back in third, a further 3 to 4 lengths off the leading pair, First Confession. Lagan Hill runs in fourth as they now approach an open ditch. Ben Moore is racing next towards the outside of Alpha Soleil, and again all landing safely enough in behind. On they go now to the last one in the back straight, and it was the Jukebox Kid on the outside of Grand Jest. The field now becoming increasingly strung out, and right-handed they run towards the entrance for home, and it is Grand Jest and the Jukebox Kid. 2.5 lengths back to First Confession, and Lagan Hill over to the inside. Ben Moore following those with Alpha Soleil, then Kilbarry Kid, who's looking to come closer, as is Mr. Hope Street, but still plenty of ground to make up. Jupiter de Mott and I Am Max are the next 2. They might well be the last 2, because as they came over 4 from home, both Ottazini and Bowling Buddy, who faded, have been pulled up. They now have 3 more fences to get across. The Jukebox Kid was better than Grand Jest there, and lands with a decisive advantage, with back in behind them Alpha Soleil and Lagan Hill. Further down the pack is First Confession, then Kilbarry Kid as they make the run up the hill towards the second fence from home. The Jukebox Kid up and over with a length and a half in hand to Grand Jest in second. First Confession is back in third, and then Lagan Hill from Alpha Soleil as they make the approach to the final fence, and it is in front. The Jukebox Kid takes off 2 lengths ahead over Grand Jest, who's certainly not giving up. They've always been handy, these 2. Staying on a little bit back in third is First Confession, but still 8 lengths to find. It's between the leading pair, the Jukebox Kid and Grand Jest, and the Jukebox Kid is staying on strongly at the Carlisle Hill, and it will be the Jukebox Kid, a winning favourite on this, his chasing debut. Beats into second place Grand Jest. Through for third was First Confession.
Another favourite, so the gold each way gamble, Grand Jest, 14 to 1 pays for the 2 covered gold gambles there. No money lost. just like that. Nothing exciting yet. I can't be bothered to read the full race here at Cork. Oh, yeah, like I say, Superfix is clean these glasses. Winner takes it all. Switch the glass. All you get. They don't work anymore. All you get. Cake. I want to eat it. I need to eat the cake. Need to eat the cake. So nothing exciting. Oh, not yet. Oh, the fixers more reliable than the golds. Fixers gold. It's two systems in one. It's a double bet. But if there's a gold in the race with the fix will beat that gold 90% of the time. 12-1 return there just covers the buff gold gambles. It's better if it won't. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they're just aimed at the each way. Sometimes they don't perform as expected. But we are way, way ahead with profit, trust me. Doing this way, following the markets live, is the only way to make hundreds of points a week. You're not going to do that if you don't follow, if you tip in the morning type of thing. Because you simply don't know the dangers until the very last shows. If you're with one stable, you don't know the dangers from the other stables. Unless you know how to read the market. Right, so this is this one.
Behind them, Family Getaway getting into contention, just ahead of Knockmore and then a break as they head across. Half a mile to race as they approach the turn in. I'm Slippy by a length to Claren Breeze, nudged along in second. Lado Watt is on the inside of Market Ready, chasing them in fifth. Family Getaway, and they've stretched clear of Knockmore under pressure and weakening. Passed by Lasca Dubry on the outside, and between them was Uncle Mike as they head on up the straight, with 3 to jump in the second division of the Paddy Power from the Horse's Mouth podcast, Maiden Hurl. I'm Slippy. In the lead, from in second spot a couple of lengths down, Lado Watt, and Fowler, their Family Getaway, took a crashing fall and badly hampered Uncle Mike as they head on. With just 2 to jump, I'm Slippy is clear. Lado Watt second, the outside Market Ready. Back and forth Claren Breeze. I'm Slippy dived at it, but survives. Trying to close in second is Lado Watt. On the inside, Market Ready is third, but down to the final flight, I'm Slippy leads by 4 or 5. Jumps it well. Lado Watt second, Market Ready third. Less than 100.
Strong favourite, strong each way third. Another gold gambled favourite here. Down to reverse gambles. Was a gold each way, it's now just strong. Sangfei. We don't back favourites, so we're back against it with gold each way gamble. Zhang Fei, there's no fixing this one. Was it taken? See if you do a nice build, nice wood. Nice big sink, lots of cooking area, fixed double. I've got a drop down double bed above me and much bigger bed space than normal, but do you know what more important is? I'm going to sell mine, and so I want the kitchen and a proper oven. So I've got an oven. 4 miles, yeah. Good. It's too small for lithium. You need lots of power, lots more than that. Empty space for gas cooker. Oh, what about yeah, inverter's too small. I've got like a 3000 inverter. I'm bringing 600 watt-hour battery in. Need to upgrade my solar's only 180. But you know, it's got solid drawers and stuff like that. No, not enough for the money that. No. Now it is. Jockey dies suddenly. He's been jabbed. That's what happens. Fit young lad. Awful. You've got to look after yourself and absolutely be on the ball with profit horse racing. That's cat already registered. What does that mean? Horse racing riches. .com. Free. What about Biff does it again?
Susie 13-2, 8-1 real. That is 8-1. Real Force now 17-2, 9-1 verified. Airspeed is 9s, 11-1 from 14-1 Nouvelle Espoir, and it's 12-1 from 14s now Lady B Mike, 14-1 Glory to Be, and all the others are much bigger prices. So an open looking sprint handicap here at the Curraghan.
Yeah, and there's plenty of these like a really relish this type of ground as well, which, you know, this is the time of year for them. Stagnite is certainly one. Mickey the Steel won this on deep ground a couple of years ago. He comes here in decent form. One of the ones I quite like here is Real Force, Jer O'Leary's horse. Now, he's got the blinkers on for the first time. We haven't seen him for 218 days, but the layoff doesn't concern me too much. He's got a good record fresh, this horse. He's won after breaks of 290 plus days, 130 plus days, and those wins are all on deep ground, one of which was course and distance the start of last year.
So we'll toss up
He's
the
on the
profits
same mark
afterwards,
again
because
as that
even
win
though it's a
now.
Sunday, it's still hectic. Like I say, there's no rush in doing stuff in between. Super fix. How do you spell it? Novel Espoir Week. Espoir. Super fix in here then. It's not given to these people, so got strong stagnate favourite again. Strong the 12. Which way? Stay sound. Susie. Just leave the strong ones out of it because it's too many. Just go for. Let's just list what we're backing, which is these two. I'll just read the race by voice. Reverse gamble. There is Edmund Halley. It's good on form, that thing. 50 to 1 place, be good, or a win. Balboa. Right, when they get off, I'll post it. RG stands for reverse gamble. Saves time me putting in RG reverse gamble. It didn't go well, did it? Way off. Could be the ground. The ground's bad here, is it? Let's have a look at those Happy Valley results. I don't know if that's 4:45 tonight or this morning. Or is it our time or their time? Because I don't think they put it in our time. Just listen to that.
Night over the far side with Light by Mike. It is closely grouped now with bursting through in the white cap Astana. Stay Sans Susie with the rattle on the stand side, and between them is their speed. It is Stay Sans Susie acting up beforehand wins. Astana airspeed followed in then by Mickey the Steel.
Yeah, Stay Sound. Susie is the one that has prevailed there. Now, there's team news coming through there. If you keep your eye on 2, you'll see the team news there. West Ham and Newcastle, they've announced their teams nice and early. It's still an hour to kick off there. West Ham fans will be pleased to see that name Bowen there. And they certainly need a result, but they're up against it with Newcastle today. By the way, price boost there for you, Newcastle and City, both to win. And all 4 teams to score was 15 to 2 and is 8 to 1. Now, I didn't catch that Sunderland race, but just noticed across the screen there, Void. That was Void, that last race at Sunderland. If you're a Greyhound fan, you might well have caught it for yourselves there, but what happened, I don't know. But it was Void at the race. 12.59 at Yarmouth Hero 1 next, 5 to 1, track 1. vacant 2, 4 to 5 3, 15 to 8 4, 14 to 1 5, and 9 to 1 trap 6. The last ones are going in at the case, of course, and we've got an odds-on favourite here in trap 3. Give us a ping. All set to go then.
See,
and the hare's on the move.
I'm assuming
Carlisle coming up with Burncourt Boy at 5 to 2, 7 to 2, Tormund Giant
I just
Spain.
don't quite understand
4
this Happy Valley. I mean, it's playable, and we always get lots of fixes. Not as good as, say, South Africa is much better, but I can't usually fit it in between the reads of. It's a lot more gathering the information, and with America, there's a lot of fixes there, but there's a lot of favourites. But we do hit a good 70% of fixes and super fixes. I mean, we've had a super fix 60 to 1. The guy that made 12 grand out of reselling my information, he's banned, and everyone else is banned. Can't be trusted. Didn't pay a penny for me making him 12 grand over 3 months. Small stakes, relatively, £30 each way. I think he was doing. Happy Valley Racing results. So we're about 11 to 2 up because the other 2 goals paid for themselves. So far, just keep an eye on that. You do the math, tell me if I make any mistakes. I can be there, or roughly thereabouts the way through up. I'm just too busy doing the maths on races to look at take care of anything else. Is this today, Sunday, 2nd November? Yes. I could do with these results in pounds, not dollars. So that was a nice super fix there at $6. $5, nearly $5 fix. All races. One or two Carlisle. Oh no, the other gold failed, so that's not 11 to 9 to 2 ahead. Minute. Hunting. The other each way gold failed. Check the code 3. And the code 3 is strong as well. Oh. So we've told you on here it's collapse point, strong each way, code 3, members each way, strong, super fix. First one to signal. Put the gold gamble in there if there is one. It's not quite, but it's nearly. No more diamonds. Very strong. Oh, it has been super fix. It has been a gold each way gamble. It's close. It's close. Well, let's say no, because it's not. It has been this morning now. Might drop into the signal. Further money for this, we would have got what, 11s, 12s. Nice, so it. Get that 100 each way on there. Forget about that. Almost gold gamble. Don't think they've gone off yet.
And no more diamonds, and Jazz Dakota set off together with lost frequencies around the outside into something good along the inside in the black jacket with the white sleeves, just in front of Burn Court Boy, and then claim the throne as they skip across flight number one. They're all over safely. With Mandab, yellow sleeves and cap over to the inside of Tormund Giantsbane, the well-backed favourite in a pretty vivid pink cap on a white jacket. They're all safely across number 2. Get On George is well back in the field as well early, but is ahead of Kaliak Point, with right back at you over to the inside in blue and white, and finally Suspected, as for the first time they leave the back straight behind them and are now galloping on towards the first of 3 hurdles up the home run on the outer hurdles track here at Carlisle today. And it is No More Diamonds under Alan Doyle showing out in front and setting the pace ahead of Jazz Dakota, the white cap.
It's out in front. It was so it was the gold gamble of the race earlier. But see what this has down 40s. Yeah, a weak reverse gamble got in nice places, these big ones. The reverse gamble, the stronger of the 3, 1, 2, 3, was Edmund Halley, with it racing 11 days ago. It was handicapped, so proving handicap figures. Don't know how far away it was. If you can look at the full race. Full results. Kuro. Speed, Michael Steele. Fix. What? I think it was signalled that fix, wasn't it? Novella Spire. Yeah, it was just a weak signal. This one's a strong signal.
Get On Mandab over towards the inside, wiping some mud away from his goggles on board Tormund's Giantsbane. Back in behind that one, Kaliak Point in front of right back at you and Suspected. Over the next flight they come, and the advantage that No More Diamonds has, if anything, has grown, is now up to about 4 lengths as they swing right-handed again and off into the back straight. And from here, about a mile still to go. It is No More Diamonds then as they race right across from us to in second position, 4 to 5 lengths behind into something good. Jazz Dakota neck away is in third as the leader again wastes no time in the air, getting over that first flight in the back straight. Crossing it in fourth was Lost Frequencies, racing just ahead of Claim the Throne as, oh, the leader made a mistake that time and unseated the rider. Oh, goodness me, it had been such a good round of jumping prior to that as well. And let's hope that jockey Alan Doyle is okay as well, because he got a bit of a kick from one of the other runners on the landings.
Saved a loss there then, with Fowler.
straight. The lead now inherited by Into Something Good, who's making the run back towards the final half a mile with now a 2.5 length buffer over Jazz Dakota in second place, and then Lost Frequencies up towards the outside back in third. And they're being followed in fourth by Burn Court Boy, who's creeping steadily closer in the dark blue sleeves and cap. Ridden along next is Claim the Throne with Mandob over to the inside, and then Tormund Giantsbane, who's now beginning to edge nearer as they make the run up the home straight and towards the second last flight. Kaliak Point is struggling back in behind.
Struggling, don't like the ground, look. Which is strange because the other stablemate did like the ground. Well, it might be two opposite horses.
White Jacket, Pink Cap is coming there pretty strongly now. Burn Court Boy down the outside, and then Get On George. Here's the final flight. Into Something Good. Rose barely a neck ahead, but was cleaner across it than Tormund Giantsbane, who's now shaken up to mount the challenge and is doing so with down the outside of them Lost Frequencies and Burn Court Boy. Tormund Giantsbane, though, has gone to the front inside the final 75 yards and ridden out towards the line will prove too strong. Was well backed and secures the victory. Tormund Giantsbane over Into Something Good, and then Lost Frequencies with the staying on Get On George up in front of Burn Court Boy, the next two.
Yep, that's the way of it there. Tormund Giantsbane. That's two favourites.
One-turn cork. Fix, weak signal, but it is a signal. Crows, it's the apple turns. How long it takes me to type it out. Superfix is Camino Rock, weak reverse gamble. If I remember rightly, I like soft ground. There's Pride Strong. Saint, Fort. £6 burger, Legends Week. Monday's going to be what? What's that? Chicken burger, double whopper. Probably not. Double bacon and I don't like the things we had salad. Burger King needs them big tomatoes and salad. Oh, could eat one of them every day. That's my. Oh, is that double chicken royale Friday? Is that how it's going to be? I don't know what that is. Monday. Never had one. Wagyu. Spicy mayo chicken. Bacon double cheese. Oh, that's good offer, isn't it? If you like that burger, beat some McDonald's. Chicken melts. What's chicken melt? Unit 4, Junction 1. Kids eat free. I love their chicken royale. Might be going there today then. Oops, I wasn't recording. Fix members there was Senna's Girl, it nearly won. Close second each way, profit on the 12 to 1. $14 to 1. So you know 13 to 2, not 11 to 2. That's 2 points more. 13 to 2. Yep, fixed second at 12 to 1, small profit. Senna's Girl, sorry, over recording. I did mention it before the off. I've just got private stuff to do in between. I have to stop the video. Not that everybody's watching through anyway. I don't think people have got time to watch 12 hours of unedited live, proofed. All it has to be said. I'll do the math. I'll put the maths in front of the video, so you don't have to, or fast forward to the end of the video, and we'll do the daily results and winners. Let's do it like that. There's got to be a way of getting through to people. So we're 11 points up on the day on gold gambles. No, 12. 12 points up on the day on gold gambles. The fixers tend to win at the back end of racing each day. Not worried about that at all. Gotta keep checking these code 3s. Sneaky with them. There's some big wins lately. Right, the gold gamble here is Pagian. We don't back favourites. Pagian or whatever. Page. Scouting Yard's firing now. Again, mud lovers out there. I've got a strong signal for Speculatrix against this gold. So that would be the one that we play, because we don't back gold gambles. Other people who just can't stop them. Unless I stop naming the gold gamble win favourites, which people would think then I don't know which gambled favourites are going to win. Because I can still make profit on gold gamble winners. Just saying we don't make hundreds of points by backing favourites. You can include them, and I suppose it's a few points a day. Every little counts. It's not the way we do it. Strong 3. No one will admit to following because they don't want to admit to me that they can pass profits.
On 30 kickoffs, we're coming up, of course, now on the turn from 1:30 to those 2 o'clock kickoffs. There's plenty of those, so if you're involved with those, please be mindful. You've got just under half an hour to go, and then that will be that. Last ones are in now at Yarmouth, ready for this at 1:33. Checking them. Here's on the move. Dovey going in. Off we go at Yarmouth, up towards that first corner then. 3 is out pretty good. 4, 5, 6 out wide, and 2 is Whippridge. 6 right round the houses. Brilliant early pace from our favourite there. Nova Boots took him to the lead, running on the hair rail now though. So 2 has come through and rescued that lead away from the 6. They race towards home. 6 cannot afford to go wide again, but he's doing so. It's 2 in front now from 3, and the wide running 6 who's good on the straight bits, but it's 3 who's powered through to take it there. It was a winner last time out, and it's won again right now. Dovey, they are going into the stalls. As I say, we haven't seen much. It's always a pleasure when we cover that as well. So it'll be nice to see this race. 6 to 5, Cielo di Roma. Real News is 100 to 30, 11 to 2, Tavana. 6 to 1, Bar those 3. We've got 4 in, which means that we've got 3 to load, and then it will be dispatch time. So we're getting ready very quickly now at Dovey. Good luck if you've had a go here. This Cielo di Roma, that was a winner 2 starts ago, and he's 7th last time out. Real News, a winner last time out. He's on at 7 to 2, but the runners are going in.
On this 22nd of October. So Saga Math will be the last to move in. Nice 2-year-old listed race, this one. The gates are back there racing. The favourite Cielo di Roma missed the start and is back to second last in the centre. Towards the back or down the back they go. The leader is Real News. Real News has gone to the front over to Vanna. Third placing is Karama El Leith. Fourth placing is Kolovska in the brown jacket into that first turn. Three back down on the inside is St Marksman, followed then by the favourite Cielo de Roma. Theo Bachelot in second last placing, and a length and a half away last of all is Saga Matha. So they sweep on down the side of the course at the 800, and the leader is Real News by a length. In second placing Tavana, third placing then came Karama El Leith, followed in fourth by Kolovska, then St Marksman, Cielo de Roma still second last, and Saga Matha at the rear as the 7-2-year-olds come around the home turn and race on down to the last 400. Almost a line of three here. On the far side we've got Karama El Leith, Real News. On the near side is Tavana. Now Cielo del Roma is coming home, as is Kolovska, as they race inside the final 200. Class prevails here as Cielo de Roma starts to take the lead and excel. Cielo de Roma has raced right away to score. Kozlovska has run second. Saga Mathers come from last. Probably.
It was a good performance then from the favourite there. Now, Carlisle, then they're well on the way to the start, so let's catch up with the thoughts of the team for this race.
You had a absolutely faultless season. I just felt the one time she went right-handed last year at Huntingdon, she would have looked a little bit more comfortable going left-handed. Having said that, she beat a very good horse in Bride's Hill, who went on to be second in the mare's race at Cheltenham. So it was a good run that day, and she does set a very good standard on that score. The third horse, Spectacular Tricks of Gordon Elliott's, won the listed race at Chepstow last time. I think she's got to step up quite considerably on that run. That was sort of field was decimated by a few non-runners that day, and the conditions will be very different today than what she had at Chepstow. But say she got that little bit of black type, so going forward, that got the job done. Number 4 horse Pagan, again from the aforementioned Willie Mullins, ran to a very good standard for him. Signed off with a good second in a very competitive Killarney National on the 11th of May, when she was only beaten a nose. Then went to the care of Faye Bramley, had a decent enough run on the flat, or a couple of decent runs on the flat, before running a tremendous race at a massive price in the Silver Trophy at Chepstow. And she comes here again. She's got the chasing experience. If this was a handicap, she would be only getting £1 off Telepathique. As it is, she's getting 6, so she's my choice. And I think even Brian's big supporter in the chat next to you there, would say that Shyness has it all to do.
Yeah, Brian Hughes, Mickey Hammond, Shyness 150 to 1, 742 Telepathique and Pagan for this mare's chase coming up. A listed race over at Carlisle. Pagan, strong selection for Tom Scudamore. Tom, can we just touch on Cork, because they're obviously not going to wait at Cork.
Cork. 140 Cork. Quick read. Right. It's fixed favourite, double stakes. All right. That was a King in Love. I looked at that. That were what they call it? Family fix. They do it all the time then too. Bastard. 14 to 1. Should have put it down. Named it. Right, 140 Cork. Favourite state, like I said. keep doing this just for the sake of stopping people, making money out of me. Gold each way is a nooch. Strong dip arena. A lot of signals here.
Atik, 5 lengths back to Apple Away. Then Speculatrix in 4th, and the back marker of a well stretched out 5-runner field through these early stages is the outsider Shyness, as they now head to another open ditch, and flying over it in the lead was Pagan. Back over fences today, having run a fine second in the highly competitive Silver Trophy down at Chepstow last time. Pagan under Harry Cobden, jumping well from Telepathique, who represents last year's winning trainer Lucy Wadham, with back in 3rd Apple Away, winner of the Haydock Grand National Trial back in February. Apple Away, she stays very well, in a Grade 1 winning hurdler in her time as well. Up along the inside of Apple Away goes Speculatrix, Gordon Elliott's only runner on the card, a winner at Chepstow 3 weeks ago, and Shyness, the back marker on her comeback run. Brian Hughes in the saddle will take this 5th of the 5 as they, for the first time, make the journey on at Postus. Just over a circuit left to go in the priced up .bet Houghton Mares Chase. Pagan, 2 lengths in front of Telepathique, working away in 2nd. Back in 3rd is Apple Away. Then in 4th, Speculatrix, and Shyness last of the quintet. Turning right-handed now, and galloping away from us, and it is Pagan. Trainer Faye Bramley bringing them along here. A couple of lengths to the good. Telepathique, sparkling form back at last season, is seeking a 5th win over steeplechase fences. Tom Cannon on board and keeping a close eye on the mare up ahead of him. Back in behind them, Apple Away, sticking over towards the inside at present, and tracked in turn by Speculatrix, and out a bit wider is Shyness. On the descent, continuing their progress going away from the stands. Fences 8 and 9 are along this part of the course, and they're both plain. Pagan giving a lead to Telepathique within the gold jacket. Apple Away crossing this fence in 3rd from Speculatrix, who landed in 4th, and Shyness last of all. Still no great changes here. On they head to the 9th. They're well through halfway now. Not Speculatrix's finest hour in the jumping department there. Wrap the top of that fence. Fully 10 lengths or so behind Pagan, who makes her progress on towards fence 10. Pagan over fluently from Telepathique. Apple Away a further 3 lengths down. Another 4 back to Speculatrix, and a similar margin to Shyness. The penultimate open ditch in the race on its way. Pagan will take this in front, measures it well from Telepathique, who was perhaps a little faster across it. With Apple Away in 3rd, last one over in the back on its way. Pagan, the red cap, grey jacket of Telepathique, Apple Away steadily closing, with Speculatrix in 4th, and Shyness remains the back marker of the 5 as they head right-handed now on towards home in the concluding stages of this listed prize, with Pagan looking to make practically all here. Been in front for a long time. Telepathique is racing in 2nd still. Apple Away back in 3rd.
And then by the time I
Then
got to the end of the
Speculatrix
carriage,
as they cross the last of the ditches, and they're leaving Shyness behind. So making the run up the home straight now and towards the third fence from home. Still Pagan, more than a length in front of Telepathique. Pagan asked up, came up to the outside, and now shaken up is Telepathique with Apple Away ridden along back in third. Speculatrix is in fourth but has plenty of ground to make up as Pagan makes her way on towards the second fence from home. Again comes up well, but Telepathique has bridged the gap somewhat with Apple Away back in third, and in between the final two fences Pagan is now challenged by Telepathique. On the left Pagan, on the right Telepathique. Pagan is in front, further ahead at that fence than she was at the previous one. Telepathique certainly closer, a furlong or so back, and Pagan is seeing this out strongly. Telepathique is in second, Apple Away is in third, then
In control, then let's take in this quart one.
Echoing Silence out in front and clear by 5 from Diva Bariva. Over the last Echoing Silence, Diva Bariva second, Bararoo third as they go to the line. It's a double for Henry de Bramhead and Darragh O'Keefe as Echoing Silence wins well. Diva Bariva second, Bararoo third, followed in by Flashaway and Noble Name.
Yeah, it was cosy enough, wasn't it, for the one that the radio team went for. Echoing Silence is your winner there at 6-5. Again, then, very game performance here. Harry Cobden had this one out there in front throughout proceedings and got the job done there when the rivals came at it in the straight. We've got a Huntingdon race now, 148 to consider, 11-10 at the field there. Let's try the tape.
Yeah, which was good. You know, let's say it was a good tough performance, and that run under the belt certainly made all the difference.
So Pagan, the winner for Faye Bramley in the Ronnie Bartlett colours. Harry Cobden aboard. That was quite funny. I spoke to Craig Nichol yesterday. I said to Craig, I said, anybody, are they clambering for your autograph now? You know, having made that star appearance on the Full Gallop on Friday night. He said, I didn't watch it. He said, I didn't watch it. I said, well, Harry Cobden doesn't know whether you're Scottish or not. And he said, oh, these posh Southerners. Right, Pagan 30-8 favourite. Telepathique 7-4. Apple Away was back in third. Let's go to Huntingdon, and coming up from Huntingdon, got a nice race coming up from Huntingdon actually. We've got this beginner's chase where Pick Rock is even 6-4. Grey Val, Billy Boy Blue 7-1, and Iris Emery is 18-1. Music Defee is the non-runner. Quick selection from you, Jan. I think I know what it's going to be, but go on.
Yeah, Pick Rock for me. Beginners, as much as it's a beginner's chase, he's had a good few goes over fences. Form just tailed off a little bit, unseated 11 days ago, but hopefully he can put that experience to good use in this.
Okay, Ken, are you there?
I was.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Pick Rock today.
Yeah, I've only seen about 4 very poorly horses, but they're not lack fitness, any of them.
Right.
He's fit. He looks ready to go. Nothing wrong with him at all, Dan. He's clipping. That's the only real negative about him.
Yeah, he's had that one run, hasn't he, at Worcester, where he unseated Greyval. I had a chat with Greyval the other day, Ken. I told Greyval to be on her best on her best behaviour because you were going to be in attendance.
Yeah, she's been okay. I mean, she went down early because she does get a little bit excitable, but she hasn't today. She looks in good form, and again, she looks in decent nick down. So I expect a better run from her today.
Yeah, Fergal's horse is running well. And a word on the other two, Ken?
Both of them look all right, Darren. I mean, as a race, four horses, and they all look in decent nick. I just think the way Ben Pauling's horses have been running the last couple of days, you've got to be with Pick Rock here.
Okay, so Pick Rock is now odds on 10-11, 6-4 Greyval, Billy Boy Blue 7s, and Iris Emery is 22-1. The sun is shining there, Ken.
Yeah, hopefully it won't cause any problems, but it shouldn't do given where the sun's coming from at the moment.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we don't want any of that nonsense, do we? Eh? I want cloudy conditions for jump racing. Right, Ken, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
And they're off and racing over just shy of 3 miles. The Diversity Jobs Group with Bayleaf Care Home chasing Excellence Beginner's Chase, running to the first. Pick Rock, Iris Emery, Billy Boy Blue and Greyval. She touches down in 4th place. So they've all managed to clear the first of the 19 fences they'll be jumping here. And it is Pick Rock now going on to Billy Boy Blue in 2nd position. And Iris Emery in third place. The one chasing newcomer, Grey Val, is in fourth as they come to the open ditch. Pick Rock over in front. Iris Emery was somewhat awkward over that and in third, but safe. And Grey Val in fourth as they get to the fence at the end of the home straight. Pick Rock takes that in front. And all four clearing that. Pick Rock with a 2.5 to 3 length lead over Iris Emery and Billy Boy Blue under Nick Slatter on the outside. Grey Val and Jonathan Burke in fourth place as they're about to lift off at fence number 4. And Pick Rock's lead is around 5 lengths now on the run to the first of 5 fences over on the far side of the course. The cheap-pieced Pick Rock. Oh, and down there Iris Emery. Iris Emery went there at number 4. Really plunged at the obstacle, leaving Billy Boy Blue in second. And Grey Val took it in third place. I'm pleased to say that Iris Emery and jockey Jack Quinlan are both up. So as they run to the next plain fence, having taken the right-hander, Pick Rock over to Billy Boy Blue in second, and Grey Val in third. So next is an open ditch. It is fence number 7. And Pick Rock measures that perfectly well. Grey Val good on the inside of Billy Boy Blue. They come to the fence at the end of the back straight. Number 8 of the 19. Pick Rock takes it in front. 5 lengths clear. Grey Val was a little more convincing than Billy Boy Blue. Just put in an extra stride on the outside. But they match strides for second place. Billy Boy Blue a winner at the Scottish Grand National meeting at Ayr back in the spring. And Grey Val, she won the Mayor's Challenger final at Cheltenham back in April. They're chasing Pick Rock at the moment. Bit of a break from the jumping, from the end of the back straight to the first one in the home straight. And the Ben Pauling trained Pick Rock is leading. Keelan Woods aboard. In cheap pieces reapplied today. In front by just under 3 lengths now. Billy Boy Blue on the outside of Grey Val. They very nearly completed their first circuit here. And it is Pick Rock at number 9. Pick Rock over, just in front of Grey Val and Billy Boy Blue. Not much to choose between the trio now as they go through where they started. The next fence, it'll be the last in a further circuit, and all 3 from one side to the other there, on the journey to the open ditch. Taken as number 11, and Pick Rock just opening up by 3 or 4 again over Billy Boy Blue and Grey Val in third. So 1 circuit to go from here. And it is Pick Rock. Grey Val and Billy Boy Blue sharing second. Here's the ditch. Pick Rock, Billy Boy Blue and Grey Val both jumped it all right as they come to the fence at the end of the home straight. Over the road crossing, Pick Rock asked up, takes it well to Billy Boy Blue and Grey Val. So as was the case on the previous circuit, Pick Rock has just stretched his lead again at this point, and he's gone clear by 6 lengths. With Billy Boy Blue and Nick Slatter on the outside of Grey Val and Jonathan Burke coming to their next. And still at the head of affairs, it is Pick Rock. Pick Rock just steadying into it. Over in front, second and third, both good there. Grey Val the inside of Billy Boy Blue. Pick Rock wasn't convincing that time. The other 2 were closer on landing. Red Jacket, Billy Boy Blue, the Grey Val. So they've got 3 more to take over in the back straight. And towards the first of them, it is Pick Rock continuing to lead to Billy Boy Blue and Grey Val in third place. So the last ditch in the race coming up now. Fence 16 of 19. Pick Rock fired into it and jumped it well. A nod on landing. Wasn't much of a mistake, but a nod from Billy Boy Blue in third. That's put him on the back foot. Grey Val now in a clear second. This is 3 up. Pick Rock over to Grey Val, who clattered through that and lost some ground on the leader. So Pick Rock with a 5 or 6 length lead now. Grey Val has just got to get her equilibrium back after that error and to gallop on after the leader. Billy Boy Blue is under pressure in third place. So 2 left to jump in this diversity jobs group with Bayleaf Care Home chasing Excellence Beginner's Chase. Pick Rock the leader. Grey Val is shaken along in second place, but she's a good 5 lengths behind the leader, Pick Rock, and there's a dozen lengths then to Billy Boy Blue. So Pick Rock, 2 left to jump. It's his 8th attempt to win over fences. He's got 2 fences left to take. Pick Rock comes to the first of them. Pick Rock over. Greyval within 5 in second as they run to the last. A glance under the arm from Keelan Woods. Pick Rock is still clear of Greyval. Billy Boy Blue back in third. This is the last. Pick Rock is over and is 6 or 7 clear of Greyval in second. Billy Boy Blue just coming to the last fence now and gets over it, but Pick Rock has made just about all of the running here. Ridden out to the line, is clear by 12 lengths, and Pick Rock records his first win over fences for Ben Paul and Keelan Woods. Owner Mrs. Emma Kendall. Greyval was second, and Billy Boy Blue will get home to be third.
It was a walkover, wasn't it, for Pick Rock? Now we've got the Curragh. They are already loading here at the Curragh. Super Exceed is on 11 to 2, 11 to 2. Titan Bay. Mercurial is 7 to 1, 7 to 1. Rosato. Miss Nifty 17 to 2, 9 to 1. Key Witness. And it's bigger prices for the rest. We've got 5 places. We might well need them looking at the size of this field. 5 places here for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're having an each way bet, it is really is a last call, though. I think we are down to the last 1 or 2 coming in here at the Curragh. They've done a great job in loading this monster field. We've got a Carlisle race coming up fairly soon. And, of course, last shout for those 2 o'clock kickoffs as well. 2 o'clock kickoffs, there's plenty of quality there on the footy.
That off. Slow starters, Lady Armand to Fino and the top weight Brewing. 7 furlongs in front of them, the final furlong podcast with 1xBet.ie handicap. And coming right over this way, it is Super Exceed leading Key Witness putting along. Further over is Mercurial. These leaders are tracked by Titan Bay and then Lachalit Noir, Goal Exceeded and Verhoyen, Miss Nifty next, followed by Link Short and Thire and Rosato, Mowgli and Royal Alliance, and there goes Angel, Lady Arwen face the puck out, Brewing to Fino, Greek Flowers the back marking. Continuing on towards the halfway stage, and it is Titan Bay, the overall leader, from putting along, edging closer on the stand side, is Verhoyen with Super Exceed in between horses. They're followed by Key Witness, Lachalit Noir is ridden, then Goal Exceed and Mercury and Link Shore next with Miss Nifty in mid-division. Pushed along is Rosato, and then comes Thire. Building up, a useful looking advantage is Titan Bay and Jessica O'Gorman, followed by Key Witness into second for Alan Pearce, and then Goal Exceeded and Adam Caffrey next, followed by putting along and Super Exceeding Verhoyen over the far side. There goes Angel, Mercurial, Link Shore next, racing towards the final furlong. And it's Titan Bay, reeled in by Key Witness. Goal Exceeded is there on the stand side, followed by Miss Nifty, who's staying on into fourth. And it's Key Witness who takes Titan Bay. Still staying on is Miss Nifty ahead of Goal Exceeded and Lachalit Moore, but it is Key Witness and Alan Pearce holding out here from Miss Nifty and Lachalit Moore.
Wow, there wasn't much left in the locker there, was there? But Key Witness has won the day at 10 to 1, a gutsy performance as well to win that one. We'll need a 5th there, as we discussed just before the off. 5 places paid here at William Hill.
Yeah, just a bit late reading that race. Certainly was a goal each way gamble. Maybe placed that T10 Bay. Nothing for the winner anyway. I can't claim that because it wasn't signalled. Getting serious now. Another Irish Raider. Look, no signal for Caravan. RG code 3 5 boy 5 war. Must mean favourite in French, maybe. Oh. Susan's a fix. No signal for it. Hurry up, started. Florida Dreams. Nearly a gold each way. Has been. Put it in now. I can delete it faster than I have to write it out. If it does hit gold gamble, it has done. The other one failed whilst in front and might have won that one. Arlington strong. Dreams not quite there. The other guy. Nice watches, aren't they? Copies of similar styles to made better sometimes than £100,000 watches. Busy here today. Weak signal now for that. Florida Dreams is the biggest, best backed horse in the race. Harsington's second strongest. Done this for many years now, and people are just not listening. They're just not listening. Oh, I'll tell you what. Getting hungry. Oh dear. Getting really hungry. Are they gone off?
disappointed at the Cheltenham Festival, but look, you never worry about that. And obviously dropping back in over hurdles today. Florida Dream's an interesting one. He won the Aintree Bumper a few seasons back. Never quite really has got going since then. He's been running well, but never quite reached the heights that maybe we thought we were expecting him at one point. And the one I like most in this is number 10, Hartington. Won last season around Newbury. It's second, particularly reached.
Now he's got the two main ones, Florida Dreams. Just a bit stronger than Hartington. That's second strongest in this race. Weak Irish Raider, always got to be looked at. But fix. No Susan, not signalled. Code 3, trainer in form. I think Tom, is it?
Mark of 137, even giving the weight to good girl Kathleen, who won reasonably well last time around Listowel. I saw her when she was second in a bumper behind horse Charles Burns, run for Marla, who came out and was pretty disappointing at Cheltenham after that. So I think Card Counter, if there, as long as there's nothing amiss with Card Counter, his form should be too strong for good girl Kathleen at this stage.
Okay, Card Counter then, who had those 2 wins before going to Punchestown. Card Counter 2-1. Good girl Kathleen, the 13-8 favourite, and it's 3-1 bar. That's the top of the betting for a listed novices hurdle, which comes up from Cork at 2:10. I can tell you the runners are just leaving the paddock. They're on the way to the start over at Cork, so we may just have another clash. Runners at the post then for a really good handicap hurdle here at Carlisle. This is over 2.5 miles. It's the 2:02. Tom is siding with the Joe Tizard stable, and that is the gelded son of Jukebox Jury, Hartington. That's his selection here. Brendan Powell is aboard. Starters on the rostrum. Ryan Colley, the starter, about to call them into line for one of today's many highlights at Carlisle. This is the 2:02. Here's Gareth.
And this will be the final turn.
Just give you a girl flash as well. It's West Ham 0, Newcastle 1. Yarmouth's underway on 2. There'll be other greyhound activity. We've got this Carlisle, and we've just got 2 minutes to go to a listed race at Cork.
And they're off. Over 2.5 miles in the Steffex Trucks UK Castletown Handicap Hurdle. The first to show is a Personal Ambition, and is gifted a nice easy time of things on the front end as well. Bounds on by 3 to 4 lengths over Sheer Gal, who races in second, just ahead of Carafon as they skip across hurdle number 1. They've all taken it safely. Fourth on touching down was Dedicated Hero, just ahead of Florida Dreams. And as they reach the second flight of hurdles, Florida Dreams is followed over that flight by the grey Hartington, with Jerry Quaquara over towards the inside. Nelson, Capel Lyra well back, Nurse Susan and Favois. Dan Skelton pair the back 2 as they swing right-handed back towards the entrance to the home straight for the first time, and it is Personal Ambition who leads here on a fairly tight rein as well. Ben Jones and Ben Pauling both seeking a double on the card, and Personal Ambition has got 4 to 5 lengths in hand over Sheer Gal, who was a Grade 2 winner when last seen back in March. That one running a further length or so ahead of Carafon, having his first start today for trainer Stuart Crawford, running in third. And up along the inside, Dedicated Hero, without a bit wider Florida Dreams as they continue their steady progress back towards the stands for the first time. Hartington is racing in amongst runners with the favourite Capel Lyre in blue and white colours, a little wider out. Then Jerry Quaquara, Nelson, without a bit deeper, Nurse Susan, and finally Favois, returning from a fairly lengthy absence, nearly 600 days off the course. Heidi Palin holding him up at the moment. As they now make the journey on towards the 5th flight, this will be the last next time. Personal Ambition crossed it nicely and leads by a couple.
Very last shout now at court. They are down there at the start.
And Carafon in third from Florida Dreams and Dedicated Hero. 2 lengths back off that one to find Hartington, who races ahead of Capel Lyre and Jerry Quaquara, then Nelson, Nurse Susan and Favois last of all. So the field for the Stefex Trucks UK Castletown Handicap Hurdle, swing right-handed.
So tackle my Tommy Two Who. It's a gold each way gamble, double stakes, boosted 6-1 for this fix. Should have been on the 14-1 previous fix. I knew, you know, it happened so many times, that family fix. I'm going to take it serious next time.
Moment, Jerry Quaquara still well back, along with Nelson and Nurse Susan and Favois. No move yet from Heidi Palin on that one, as the field now just grouped together a little bit more, maybe only 10 lengths between top and tail now as they reach flight number 6. Personal Ambition jumped it well and landed a length, maybe a length and a half in front of Shirgal. 3 lengths away in third is Carafon. They have a mile to run. In fourth on the outside, Florida Dreams. 2 lengths back off that one to Hartington. And then towards the outer, Dedicated Hero, racing on in front of Capel Lyre as Personal Ambition strides on to the 7th flight. Personal Ambition, who's led for over a circuit now, takes it in front of Shirgal, who landed in second. Then Carafon and Florida Dreams from Hartington and Dedicated Hero. Capel Lyre, Nelson, Jerry Quaquara. As they skip on over the last flight going down the back, still Nurse Susan and Favois are at the tail of the field. They're about to make the right-handed turn on towards home, and the final half a mile shortly will be upon them. Can they catch Personal Ambition and Ben Jones? They lead here by some 3 lengths and going well to Shirgal in second, and then Florida Dreams from Carafon. Back in behind those, Hartington
confirming off at Cork.
Closer. Dedicated Hero in the purple and white jacket around the outside of Capel Lyre, who now just gets a shake of the reins. With back in behind those, Jerry Quaquara, Nurse Susan, Nelson and Favois. But Personal Ambition continues to pound on here. Comes to 3 out, had to put himself right, but over well enough to Shirgal. Now Florida Dreams in the black and pink on the outside, looks poised to come forward. With back in behind them, Carafon. Then a little break to Hartington and Dedicated Hero as Personal Ambition makes a bit of a mess of the second last. They're getting closer to him. Down the outside, Florida Dreams. Between them is Shirgal, then Carafon and Hartington, and Dedicated Hero and Nelson are trying to stay on down the outside. The eyes are drawn to Florida Dreams. Was still just Personal Ambition though. Florida Dreams now attacking. Shirgal follows with Hartington up the hill towards the finish. Florida Dreams has taken the leg of Personal Ambition, but here's Hartington down the outside, and Shirgal is also staying on to the inner. And they form a pincer attack on Florida Dreams, and it's Hartington getting up. Lands it from second place. Dreams, Shirgal back in third. Personal Ambition. Hartington a breath on the front. Fourth.
Brendan Powell at his strongest out.
Before they passed almost 2.5 lane. In second, where he's been from Flagfall. Glenmalure Lady remains close up on the outside in third. That pair tracked by Good Girl Kathleen. Then Carry On Heidi on the inside of Tackle Tommy Woo. And at the back, as they head up the straight, is the Night Agent as they approach the first of the 3 in the straight. Faceman leads. Followed by Card Counter in the yellow and white to the inside, the green and yellow of Glenmalure Lady towards the outer. Behind them, Good Girl Kathleen with Carry On Heidi slightly closer to the inside in red and yellow colours, and still at the back to the outside, Tackle Tommy Woo Woo, and towards the inner, the Night Agent. Over the middle flight and heading on to the one in front of the stand for the second time, still over a circuit ahead of them. Faceman in the lead. followed by Card Counter to the inside. Glenmalure Lady landed in third spot. Good Girl Kathleen closely followed by Carry On Heidi with Tackle Tommy Woo and the Night Raider still at the back of the field, but they remain tightly grouped as they head into the turn. Good long run now before they reach the first of the flights on the far side. Faceman goes on again by a couple of lengths to Card Counter with Glenmalure Lady alongside, less than 2 lengths then to Good Girl Kathleen. The final trio, Carry On Heidi, Tackle Tommy Woo and the red and black on the outside of the Night Agent, as they're about to swing right-handed into the back straight with 6 to jump. The Paddy Power How Many Days Till Christmas Novice Hurl listed event. Faceman continues to lead just a length in front. Card Counter in second, with on the outside Glenmalure Lady, a little over a length in to Good Girl Kathleen in fourth spot. Carry On Heidi on the inner, and still at the back of the field, the Night Agent and Tackle Tommy Woo as they go to jump the flight directly opposite the stands. Faceman driven into it, leads by almost.
Texas favourite in the next at Huntingdon. I'm not interested in that. Focus Stars should be living on a prayer. Strong. Yeah. I'll reverse gamble Little Surrey. He's in a bit of form, isn't he? Well, jockey is. Trainer isn't. Short jockey, I've seen him 1 or 2. One there. Just one winner. Stuck in my mind for some reason. Yeah, should be a favourite beating. Fix favourite beating Living on a Prayer. Like I say, third best. Little Surrey. Reverse gambles don't come nowhere near as much in non-handicaps as handicap. That's why we've got the 22 to 1 reverse gamble signalled a couple of days ago.
With 3 to jump. Good Girl Kathleen coming there on the stand side of Faceman. Card Counter in the yellow and white. Carry On Heidi over on the far side behind them. Tackle Tommy Woo as they head for the second last. Good Girl Kathleen towards the near side. The stripes lead. Faceman, Card Counter over to the left. Carry On Heidi and tackling down the near side. Tackle Tommy Woo, but over the second last. Good Girl Kathleen leads. Challenge now on the stand side by Tackle Tommy Woo, and they go on from Card Counter as they come to jump the last. Tackle Tommy Woo, stand side, leads narrowly to Good Girl Kathleen. Card Counter back in third, but Tackle Tommy Woo and Sean O'Keefe driven out. It's a double on the day for Sean. Tackle Tommy Woo.
Tackle Tommy Woo. Let's go to Davey.
Inside, and then came Stolen Kiss coming through. Next is Zero Stress, and further back then is Chiranaya. No Lunch the Grey has moved up on the outside of Mount Athos, takes the lead, and No Lunch starts to extend from Mount Athos. On the inside is Stolen Kiss, Dom Mukasan. Interest really only in the minors here is No Lunch an easy winner. No Lunch first, Mount Athos has run second. Now third is quite tight. On the far side, we've got Stolen Kiss and Fast Raj on the near side.
No Lunch is your winner there. We've got a delay on at Huntingdon. 4 to 11. Scavengers Ray, though, is your favourite. 9 to 2. Living on a Prayer, and 15 to 2. Bar those. Now the runners at the Valley, we are all set to go here with a 2:18. It is 3, 5 and 1 for the post here, by the way. This race is over 2 bends. I've got track 3's just come out, hasn't it? Bail Out Lucy. We are off and racing up towards the first bend then, and it's 4 and 2. 1 and the race now towards the home straight here at the Valley, and it appears 4 is somewhere clear here as they go up towards the finish. It's 4 who wins it from 6. There was a St. Huntingdon, a lovely afternoon, isn't it, for the jumpers there. Might be a bit cold, but it is a lovely afternoon nevertheless. Track 4 wins at the Valley. We've got a home straight race coming up on William Hill 2 in a mo. Erling Haaland to score at any time. Impacts of applies as well. Was 1-2. Even money. That's the 4:30 kickoff. Fantastic Viking then. Evans to score at any time, courtesy of your plus card. Epic odds there. Now here on one, we've got a home straight race. Home straight. 11-4 for Fresh Belief. 3-1 Wallaby Grand. Over the top is in there at 9-2. 11-2 Brilliant Field. After that one, it's 7-1 Comic Valley. 9-1 Glen of Noble. And it's 11-1 Bar. The Greyhounds are out and about at Hove. That will be their 2:23 race. And nominal here at Trap 5. It's 13-8 Trap 6, who is your market leader. Celtic 1, Rangers 0 in the Old Firm Cup game. Any goal flash, of course, is subject to VAR these days, as we know. 11-4 Fresh Belief, though, is your market leader here at home straight. 4th last time out in the virtual world. It's 3-1 Bar.
No more bets.
And away they go in this 2 furlong dash. It's a fast break for 8. And 6 has come out running. Plenty with chances as they spread across the track. 6 is rallying on. 5 threatening to run a strong one. And trying to rally on is number 8. And as they approach the finish, it's a close run thing. Number 2 is going to take this one. 8 finishing second. And 6 rallied on for third.
Marsh of Liberty, 11-1, 3-1, the second 11-4, the third. Now it's as we were at Celtic Park. Now that goal has been ruled out by VAR. Another goal flash. Walsall have taken the lead in the cup match there as well. Now in these important matches that are taking place just now, you'll be able to check out the very latest in-play prices for yourselves there on the sports betting terminals. 2:23 at Hove. We're getting to that one now. Nominal Trap 5. Joint favourites here, 3 and 6. 8-1, 1 and 2. 7-4 for 3. 5-2 4. 7-4 6. Coming at us in 2 pairs here. But with 1 and 2 the outsiders. 3 and 6 are joint favourites. And 5-2 Anna down in Trap 4 is another one that's fairly prominent in the market. 2:23 at Hove. They are just behind the traps now. Out to go in. Trap 6 at Slippy Thriller was second last time out. That is the solitary wide seed. No Trap 5 to worry about either. 0 from 7, however, is a slightly worrying stat in A1. That said, cracking run last time out in A1, beaten into second place at a big price of 7-1, but went very close to landing that first win at this level. Trap 3, Clonmoyle Rocky. 5 from 25 for this season campaigner in A1, so a decent strike rate in what is always a very competitive standard A1. Coming up. Out of the move. And they're off and racing up towards the first bend. 1 missed it a bit, 3. No such problems, and he's showing the way nicely from 2, 4, 6 together, then 1. 3 it is, so bowls long in front, Clonmore Rocky. 2 in second place, running a cracker for a big price one so far. 4 is well there, that is Anna Down Jacob, then 1 and 6. 3 in front, here goes the 4 around the houses there to make something of a challenge. 3 has not gone any further clear. 4, 2 and 1 are all closing in. This could be a blanket finish. 4 over the top of the 3. 4 has got the job done. That was Anna Down Jacob. Fast and late nibble on that one in the market right on the off. And Trap 4
even stronger
a bit of
now.
photo actually, but I'm pretty sure that Trap 4 has got home okay.
Only halfway through. I'm knackered. Some sugars for the brain. Is it sharing buckets? Is it on the app? I love those. Need one. Should have more space. Need enough space. Every one of those factories.
We get down to the stables and get it and come back. So that's the reason why we're a bit late.
Okay, that was a veterinary issue, but all's well now. And Ken, I'll just give you the floor because we've got a race at the Curragh coming up as well.
Well, Darren, you wouldn't want to back their favourite looking at it. I mean, there's nothing of it. I mean, it's light as a feather. It looks poor, but it's a poor race, Darren. That's the problem. There is nothing you can want to be. Well, I don't know what I want to be with, Darren, but I wouldn't back the favourite at that price.
So what? If I forced you to part with some money, Ken, what would it be?
I will sit out of this race.
He won't part with any money, this Kenny Peterson, will he? Hey?
I do, but I couldn't find anything I want to be with, Dan. Honestly, I couldn't believe the favourite looked that bad. I don't know, Dan. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's a race to stay away from.
I don't. He says I don't know what to be with. Back in the old days, Ken, I would have said the Woolwich.
Yeah, well, you
remember that?
Age again, Dan.
Yeah, okay, right. Thanks, Kenny.
Cheers, Wiz.
Right, the Curragh. We're going to have a word at the Curragh for the next race of the Curragh. They're going to the stalls at 2:30, where it's 11-8 in this group race, staying race for Charlie Shoot. 4-1 Uxmal. On franchise is 7-1, 8-1 Bar. Jan?
Yeah, favourite will take a bit of beating, but I thought Uxmal each way was an angle into this. He's a horse we haven't seen a huge amount of in recent times. We've seen the well-being of Joseph O'Brien String earlier. The run that he's had this year was a really good effort. Albeit he was last of 7. He wasn't that far behind horse like Al Riffer. You know, last year he was winning over 2-5 at Royal Ascot. He's just a nice horse. Ground should be fine. Uxmal each way for me.
Okay, and you're with the favourite over at Huntingdon?
Yeah, I think just on everything we've seen, she should take a lot of beating.
The flag is up at Huntingdon. The late 220 Huntingdon is a 2.5 mile mares novices.
Often Racing, the priced up daily sports boost mares novices hurdle, field off 6 this time. Scavenger's Reign is leading Little Soiree and Living on a Prayer over the first. Sumatran Tiger took it in 4th position. La Lolita in 5th place, the yellow and black, and the brown and white Uptown Lass is the early back marker. The Scavenger's Reign and Alex Chadwick lead towards number 2 and have a 4-length advantage, all of them over that. In 2nd position, Little Soiree, the grey on the outside of...
and racing at the curve.
And then a break of 2.5 to Sumatran Tiger, who is followed by La Lolita. And behind that one is Uptown Lass. But Scavenger's Reign, who finished 2nd here in the Mares' Maiden a month ago, is having an uncontested lead of about 5 lengths. Little Soiree is running in 2nd, ahead of Living on a Prayer, not far off being in single file. Sumatran Tiger is next as they reach the 3rd. Scavenger's Reign over in front, Little Soiree in 2nd, and all of them handling flight number 3 perfectly well as Scavenger's Reign leads into the home straight. Little Soiree is keeping closest tabs in 2nd, 5 or 6 lengths down, but in front then by 3 to Living on a Prayer in 3rd position. Sumatran Tiger, she ran very well for a long way at Stratford last month, is in 4th position. La Lolita, victorious at Ludlow not so long ago, in 5th position. And Uptown Lass, the one first-timer over hurdles at the back, as Scavenger's Reign clears the first of 2 in the home straight and moves on towards the next. Number 5 of the 10, Scavenger's Reign. Measures it quickly. Little Soiree in 2nd, and then Living on a Prayer and Sumatran Tiger, the 2-time winner of the Jersey Derby. Sumatran Tiger currently sharing 4th with La Lolita and James Bowen. And last of all is Uptown Lass, but Scavenger's Reign is in a very clear lead here. It's a dozen lengths. Oh, it's jinked and unseated. Scavenger's Reign saw something that she didn't like and unshipped Alex Chadwick. Gave him very little chance and incredible drama with a circuit to go. Little Soiree left in front. The odds-on favourite is out of the race. Little Soiree is leading. 2 in 2nd.
There you go. Sorry, don't buy back favourites. So we're down to 2 signals. Living on a Prayer, strong each way, and reverse gamble, Little Soiree. Sorry. Little Sorry. Where the Soiree comes from.
10. And it is Little Soiree, Sumatran Tiger, Finn Lambert in 2nd, sitting on the leaders outside, Living on a Prayer in the light blue, red cap next. And then La Lolita, she still moves comfortably, and Uptown Lass, Charlie Hammond on the outside of her. Little Soiree and William Maggs with the lead, Sumatran Tiger in 2nd, Living on a Prayer just in behind. This is the 4th last. And then La Lolita. James Bowen still happy where he is on her, and Uptown Lass on the outer. So Little Soiree, they're on the run.
Right, I'm going to nip out 5 minutes. Yes, so Fix is a favourite there. Handstands, I'll probably miss a race because even 5-minute jobs takes 10-15 minutes. I always miss a big win. There's probably a Fix due to win race after this, and I'll probably not get back in time. Favourite is Handstands. I'll have a look when I get back. Yeah, all going well, all going sweet, making profits. Like I say, we have about 4 or 5 big booster double odds wins per week. So every 2 or 3 weeks we have a losing day. It doesn't matter because we're just getting more booster days than any losing days. As the weather gets worse. Right, I'll be back. As Arnie said. legs are killing. Should actually. Should bother. Can't be asked. I keep snacking, but what a really good snacks, isn't it? Stuff I want right now. I want a Sunday lunch, but I'm getting snack. I won't want one.
Going over to the team, there they are. Handstands at 5 to 6, 7 to 2, Resplendent Grey, and 4 to 1 bar. Handstands to win by over 5 lengths, by the way, was 9 to 4. You can have 11 to 4 for that with the price boost.
9 to 2. Second at number 4, that was Sumatran Tiger at 14 to 1. Let's go to Carlisle. Runners now are at the start for the next over at Carlisle. And this is one of our features coming.
Strong then takes it. Strong signal, living on a prayer. Still on 237. Come on, boy.
Into the wings of fair.
Yeah, so yesterday the best odds gold gamble winner was 10 to 1, and the best fix was a non-signal 33 to 1 on a Saturday. Better than last Saturday. Last Saturday was the only losing day in about 3 weeks. We've had a couple of minor profit days, which is frustrating. There's hardly any profit till we hit the super fix. Only had one that day. It was a favourite and it won, and then a super fix won the last at 14 to 1. Well worth the wait, 15 to 1 on the day for super fix, which is, you can warrant easy £100 each way bets on the super fix on the signal. And you'll have thousands a week just from that. But if you're not prepared to, I mean, I'm a born entrepreneur, I'm into all sorts of things. But if you haven't got that motivation, you think it's not secure, it's a million times more secure than, because I've done all the hard work, than starting your own new business, and it's tax free, don't forget. Certainly more secure than working for an employer.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win so much.
Let Music too loud. You set the music too loud. Where's my... Have I... That's YouTube, yeah? Cool. Have I got a raw file of this? What about my TikTok?
And Hollygrove Cha-Cha, Gavin Sheehan, happy to bring his mare much wider than the other three as they now gallop down the hill out towards the far side of the track. Fences 8 and 9 along this section. They're both plain and they're now through halfway with handstands looking to make call. Handstands in the famous Radford Silks from Resplendent Grey is going to take this in second place. And closing in a little bit, the Kaluki Kid along the inside, and Hollygrove Cha-Cha is no more than 5 lengths off handstands. It just draws on again into the wings of the next, which he flew across. He's warming to it now, handstands from Resplendent Grey. A mile left to go. The Kaluki Kid is back in third, and Hollygrove Cha-Cha still the back marker of the four, but in touch as they now come down to the 10th. Handstands from Resplendent Grey, the Kaluki Kid, Hollygrove Cha-Cha. No real changes in the order here. Another open ditch on its way. Now the lead for handstands bordering on 5 lengths. Just slows up a little going into that, but took it well enough from Resplendent Grey. And the Kaluki Kid is in the red and yellow. Hollygrove Cha-Cha a little wider out as handstands picks up at the final fence over in the back straight. About 3 lengths to the good. The 2 greys. Resplendent Grey and the Kaluki Kid are in second and third, and Hollygrove Cha-Cha will be looking to stay on up the long home straight from the back of the forerunner field. She's in touch, and they've all got a chance here as they now race into the final half a mile of the journey in the Colin Parker. Handstands in front by about 2 lengths. The other 3 in a line. Handstands booted into 4 out and jumped it well. From the Kaluki Kid, who's now through into second. Hollygrove Cha-Cha down the outside, and Resplendent Grey still travelling all right in between horses. Handstands the one to catch at 3 out. Handstands from the Kaluki Kid, Resplendent Grey, and Hollygrove.
So long, the fixers won it. Handstands. Again, fix is the favourite. Oh, I don't know. Right. Bloody hell. Can't believe it. Right, the fix might not. It's a fixed Goldwind Code 3 double stakes. Mossy Fen. Cork, yeah. Goldwind. Mossy Fen. I'm going to give someone else a chance, like Old Man Dingle. Some money for that. Asian Master is RG. In a novice chase, so it's reverse gambled. See the drift. Might be nothing, but his favourite, I'd say, is less. RG. Asian Master. Just that money for Old Man Dingle to worry about, really. I think he's a worry. Well, may as well make a cup of tea. Warm up. Oh, I don't know. Come on, where are you, man? That's another thing we have at campus. Original room. I'd spend money on security cameras. Oh, relax my legs. Bloody blood clot. I'm doing all this for people, show people. Oh, what's wrong with people? Guaranteed horse wins. It's not guaranteed, but it's too long a word. If Scott wins again. See what research we can do. I mean, that's about the best. There's a little one for tax and insurance. It takes it to about £3 grand. If I can get an I can't because the image is on a sketch is on a car at an angle, so you can't just. Someone would have to design it, copy it. Actually, I mean, I'm good at art, I suppose. I'm good at copying stuff. I could. What if I've wished? No.
Outside Old Man Dingle the inner, Mossy Fen Park is close behind them. And a break of a few lengths to Asian Master pushed along for a few strides at the back of that fence as they enter the back straight. 7 fences to jump in the Paddy Power betting shops. Irish EBF Novice Chase. Grade 3 event, you ought to know by a little over a length. To Nürburgring second. Mossy Fen Park a bit closer on the outside of Old Man Dingle, and just a length and a half to Asian Master as they clear it, you ought to know. by less than a length to Nürburgring, over 2 then to Old Man Dingle, Mossy Fen Park, and Asian Masters are there outside, completing a circuit, heading to the middle fence in the back straight, which is 6 from home. You Ought to Know leads Nürburgring, Old Man Dingle the inside, on the outside Mossy Fen Park, and less than 2 lengths away at the back of the 5-runner field, Asian Master, as they continue on to the final fence. In the back straight, You Ought to Know continues to lead Nürburgring. The inside Old Man Dingle, slight mistake Mossy Fen Park in 4th spot. Asian Master last of the 5, but very much in touch as they're about to swing right-handed out of the back straight, head for the cross fence on the approach to the home turn. You Ought to Know, Nürburgring, Old Man Dingle close on the inside. Mossy Fen Park closing up again, and a few lengths adrift is Asian Master as they come to jump this 4th last fence. You Ought to Know from Nürburgring. Leader jumped it well. Old Man Dingle goes through on the inside of Nürburgring. Mossy Fen Park made another slight mistake and is driven along trying to close, and Asian Master beginning to struggle at the back. They swing for home with 3 to jump. In this grade 3 novice, You Ought to Know towards the left. In the centre, Old Man Dingle near side Nürburgring. Mossy Fen Park is chasing them as they jump it. Not much to choose between Old Man Dingle to the stand side. To the far side, You Ought to Know. Behind them, Nürburgring. Mossy Fen Park clear of Asian Master as they head down towards the second last. You Ought to Know towards the far side. Old Man Dingle near side. Not much to choose between them. They're 4 or 5 in front. Nürburgring is in back in third. Then Mossy Fen Park as they head to the final fence. Old Man Dingle along the stands rail. You Ought to Know the far side over it. You Ought to Know the far side. Old Man Dingle stand side. They'd fight it out clear on the run in. Old Man Dingle on the stand side with the advantage from You Ought to Know as they go to the line. Old Man Dingle will win for Owen Griffin and Ricky Doyle. Second spot, You Ought to Know, Mossy Fen Park. Third, followed in by Nürburgring and a long break back.
Yeah, Old Man Dingle is the winner. They've just set off at over. We're going to go over there for the call. There's there's Greyhound action about to start at Oxford.
Yellow jacket of Perfecta was next in the field. On the inside came Acceptance, then Tasteful. In between those runners is Hello Vega in the 2 shades of blue hoops. The red sash of Delamina well back in the field, along with Art Shadow and Mezuline the Houlet at the rear. Down the side toward the 600. In the centre is Miss Chiquita moving up to challenge Child of Vision. In third placing is Upbeat Spirit. They were followed behind those horses by Martinelli, and then on the far side is Lady Franca Rosa. To the outside, Time Like a River is peeled out. Perfecta pushes her way in between runners. Down the outside, making up ground, Melusine de Houlet. The leader is Miss Chiquita. On the outside, coming home strongly, Melusine de Houlet, but kicking clear is Miss Chiquita, and Miss Chiquita is going on to score. Melusine de Houlet runs second, Perfecta is third. Fourth was Martinelli. They were followed in then by next to Tasteful, and then came Acceptance on the inside. A win there.
Yeah, there's a win then for Miss Chiquita. You see at Oxford what's going on there too. He's in front there from 5 as they crossed the line there. It's a win for the 2 box. Old Man Dingle then wins at Court. That was the 11-4 second favourite. And You Ought to Know was back in second at 9-2. Well, KP was non-committal in the last race, but he said he definitely would not back that 2-5 favourite on looks, and of course jinked and unseated jockey with a circuit to go, albeit when well clear. So he got that right. I wonder what he'll think about these at Huntingdon next.
Isn't he? He's had a run down at Chepstow. The winner was well fancied for a race at Wetherby yesterday and was disappointing. He's unexposed compared to a few of these over fences. That was his first go over fences. He jumped nicely enough in the main. You'd expect him to improve again. He was just a little bit keen, but that could just be the fact that he was off a bit of a break. Listen, I'm not shocked he's favourite, but I think he's taking a fair old chunk out of the market here. There's question marks about a few of these. No Risk with Lou, I thought, was one with a few less risks attached. Now, course and distance winner 3 times, won this race last year. Off a mark of 116, runs here of 122, but been in pretty decent form in the main. There's a couple of odd enough runs when we last saw, but the handicap has reacted. One of those was over hurdles, which I'm happy to forgive because he's a better horse over fences, hence why he's got a split mark. I just think with a bit of an each-way angle into this, the 2 mile trip round here is absolutely perfect. He's probably just not stayed 2.5 and 2-3 a couple of those runs when we've seen him recently. I think he has to be an each-way player, no risk with Lou. Park de Moor was of a little bit of interest for Kim Bailey and Matt Nichols, who we've already seen have a winner on the card. Now, won over hurdles round here, had been off quite a while before, ran at Market Raisin over hurdles a few weeks back, and just shaped that day like needed the run. Now, has had 3 goes in chases before, was a winner at Southwell in May of last year off 120, runs here off 119, needs to brush up on his jumping, but I thought there was scope for improvement from him. And one with huge risks attached to him is Boston Boy for John Joe and AJ O'Neill. Now, he's had wind surgery since we last saw him. He's a horse who, after being placed in a point-to-point, he cost a lot of money. It was €230,000 at the Punchestown sales. Hasn't set the world alight whatsoever. He's run out a couple of times. He won a really ordinary maiden hurdle at Fontwell, but then he ran quite well in a decent handicap at Punchestown. It might just be chasing brings out the best in him, but he has risks attached to him, Boston Boy, and he's off the back of a layoff, so it's just probably a watching brief with him. But I just think no risk with Lou is quite a solid each-way option into this, Wiz.
Okay, so the each-way selection there, no risk with Lou. Ken, tell us a little bit about no risk with Lou.
Yeah, look, carries top weight down, looks well enough. There's nothing wrong with the horse if you fancy him, but the favourite looks better down. I've got to admit, this Pure Carbon, a typical of one of Harry Downs, looks fit, looks great in its coat. It's had a run, so it's pretty straight. Yeah, it looks the part down, the favourite, and it's got no weight. It's 11-2.
Yeah, I think basically Jan's angle here is he just felt that Pure Carbon was taking an awful lot out of the market, Ken, which it's fair to say was odds on. Now even money.
Yeah.
And let's have a word on the Philip Hobbs Johnson White runner, Paddy in the Caddy, Sean Houlihan aboard this seasonal debutant.
Yeah, didn't look too bad. Will come on a touch for the run, but he's fairly straight.
Yeah, that's Remain. It were dodgy, that favourite. Huntingdon then. Oops, 255. 6 members is Park de Moor. Nice price. Park de dyslexic. Oh, come on, mate. Why it takes too long. I can't find a streaming service that works. The one I was used to just doesn't work on this computer. This Windows 11. I'll try and fix it. Actually, I'll look in a minute. Right. Okay. Strong 5.
Jack Quinlan behind. So running up to the winning line with a circuit to go. And it is No Risk with Lou that is leading towards the open ditch, leading by a couple of lengths to Paddy and the Caddy and Sean Houlihan in second. And then Boston Boy, No Risk with Lou, Paddy and the Caddy, Boston Boy, Arelda Marais the Grey on the outside. Rumours are flying. Is next in the field, Omden Soir moving a bit closer on the outside. No Risk with Lou at the fence at the end of the home straight. Pure Carbon is happy enough in midfield, Paul O'Brien. And the back two are Parc d'Amour and Tommy Cullen. So heading over towards the far side of the course. No Risk with Lou with a 2-length lead over Paddy and the Caddy in second place. Leader carrying top weight here, 12 stone 1. Boston Boy in third, Arelda Marais in fourth. Pure Carbon sits in sixth place, about 6 or 7 lengths off the leader, taking the first one on the far side. And it is No Risk with Lou to Paddy and the Caddy. Boston Boy, Arelda Marais closely grouped in behind. On the outer, Omden Soir is moving a bit closer, with Pure Carbon still midfield, but they're quite closely grouped now as they take the right-hander, running on towards the next plain one. No Risk with Lou with Omden Soir and Paddy and the Caddy, the first 3. A mistake by Paddy and the Caddy there. Boston Boy is there in the blue and gold just in behind with Arelda Marais and Pure Carbon as they come to the next. No Risk with Lou and Omden Soir. Not too much to choose between the pair as they run through their starting point and head towards the third last. No Risk with Lou, the inside of Omden Soir, who was fired at that and was better. Omden Soir taking over to No Risk with Lou. Pure Carbon is there in a share of third then with Boston Boy. Then Arelda Marais, Parc d'Amour held up at the back of the field, trying to come in. Then rumours are flying. No Risk with Lou back up on the inside of Omden Soir as they're about to run for the home turn. Pure Carbon is racing pretty nicely in behind. Arelda Marais on the outer, then Boston Boy, Parc d'Amour, and rumours are flying, turning into the home straight in the priced up Mesa Gifford handicap chase. Last year's winner, No Risk with Lou, leading by half a length to Omden Soir in second place. Pure Carbon is now being pushed along to try and challenge coming between the pair as they get to the second last. No Risk with Lou on the left. Here's Pure Carbon. Pure Carbon now comes to grab No Risk with Lou. Omden Soir the near side, heading to the 12th and final fence here. Pure Carbon and Omden Soir. Pure Carbon just to Omden Soir. No Risk with Lou is in third. Pure Carbon and Paul O'Brien. Omden Soir and James Bowen not giving in the near side. Omden Soir coming back at Pure Carbon. Pure Carbon just to Omden Soir. Running up towards the line. Pure Carbon holding on from Omden Soir to win the Mesa Gifford. No Risk with Lou was third. Tommy Cullen 4. Rumours are flying was 5th.
Yep, Andy Durham's run a Pure Carbon there, having enough in hand, having its second run since the wind up, and Paul O'Brien holding on number 8 Pure Carbon to see off the challenge of James Bowen and Omden Soir, and back in third, No Risk with Lou. The Hove 301's just finished as well. That was pretty close affair there. The odds on Shot Trap 1, though Venetian Will for Kevin Hutton, came out on top at Hove for the 301. On the Willie Mill 2 screen, Mullingar 303, they're getting set for that. But at the Curragh for the 305, a couple of minutes to go to the off there, and still quite a few to load in at the Curragh for this big field contest coming up, the Premier Mile. Over the mile, obviously, as they're down at the start. Let's go back to the Willie Mill Racing Radio studio.
And he won't mind these conditions. I think he's a player, and at a bigger price, and it is a worry that he's weak in the market. Randy, who won the Irish Lincolnshire, ran really well in our Lincoln at Doncaster, not beaten far. I thought his run at Champions Day at Ascot, where he was only beaten 4 and a bit lengths behind Crown of Oaks, I didn't think that was a bad effort whatsoever. He's got a pound back in the Irish handicap to 95. Robbie Colgan takes over the saddle. He's been ridden in Ireland by an inexperienced apprentice a couple of times. I thought he could be a player. Box 12, we know he'd be ridden to come with one run late on, and I just thought a big price, Randy could run well. But yeah, Chaz and me would be the main selection. Just keep an eye on Randy.
Okay, the runners then are going into stalls here over at the Curragh. Chaz and me is 6-1. State Actors, the 4-1 favourite. As I say, we're paying the 5 places for this race. Randy, that was another horse you mentioned, that's 16-1. About or Randy. So runners then are going in 305 race over at the Curragh. Very competitive Premier handicap. It's over the mile. Got 4 or 5 more runners to load the stalls. Just to confirm there, over at Huntingdon, winner was Tommy Cullen, Pure Carbon, who's won at even money. Pure Carbon won even money favourite over at Huntingdon in the Mesa Gifford handicap chase. Second place was number 3. That was Homme d'un Soir, 14 to 1. And third, number 1, No Risk with Lou at 5 to 1. So evens, Pure Carbon, the winner there. Let's go to the Curragh.
They are. Flags are raised. And that are. Sluggish start by Speckled Meadow. The 6th race is the Findlay Volvo Premier Mile Handicap. Space right across the course, and the fighting line is a Randy with Great Mover and Pillar of Hope right with them. Is Gloriously Glam and Great Leader and Chica Guerra over the far side, Mr. Rango and Perry Mason. So on settling down, all edging over towards the near side, it is Great Mover, just leading a Randy, Great Leader, Gloriously Glam and Chica Guerra. On the left is Mr. Rango with Perry Mason and Pillar of Hope. They're followed by Genuine Article. Titanium is next with Chazamy. And these are followed by Ells as they continue on towards the halfway stage, and well stacked up. It's Great Mover just leading from an improving Earls and Chica Guerra, followed by Genuine Article, Gloriously Glam, Pillar of Hope, Perry Mason, and they're followed by Mr. Rango, Great Leader, Titanium and Dark Viper next, and Terra de Vega, Cordor, Chazamy, Fast Todd and Lady Lilac, and then skipping and a jumping and Anvika. It's Great Mover by less than a length. Racing inside the final 3 furlongs, followed by Chica Guerra. Perry Mason coming there with roused along and between horses is Pillar of Hope with Titanium making ground. Further over is Anvika and Cordor, and then skipping and a jump. And Perry Mason just picks it up from Chica Guerra, the challenger, followed then by Titanium. Pillar of Hope, Great Mover fades. Staying on from out of the group is Stayed Active, but it's Perry Mason from Chica Guerra and Titanium. These 3 covered by just over 2 lengths. Racing well inside the final furlong, it's Titanium cutting down Perry Mason, Chica Guerra. 4th will go to Pillar of Hope, and then Great Mover, Lady Lilac, Genuine Art.
Yeah, we'll tidy up all of those results for you.
Okay. 12. So let's see if that had a signal. I really stopped at the first 2 goals again. Not beyond that. Titanium was a gold gamble as well. Yeah, that's 3 in the race, and the one I missed is a big one. That's next race. Yeah, I mean, it's a signal. You just have to trust me on that. I'm not making it up. So completely transparent, but a few people will know. Bought the method from me. No, I'm not lying. I didn't have enough time. Well, let's go through that. You can count it in, not count it, not count it in, not bothered. Couldn't be bothered, sir. It gets boring when I'm not making people money. I've done it fucking long enough now, 15 years. Now, if people can't realise and get involved properly, I'm just going to have to record my bets and until I get in front of the eyes of the big hitters. I did before. It took a long time because, especially if people aren't retweeting, we don't get a small snowball effect on word of mouth, then do you have a winkle behind the winkle? No, I don't like that. That's the worst pricing. Anyway, it's a fixed race anyway. That's strong as well. Strong 5, 8, 6. 2. Fucking reverse gamble, which can do, because it will be a handicap. Yeah, if I'd been backing my own, and obviously I go through every single race. It's tiring. I didn't bother that one because you've got to cover. I've got to do the math on every horse, otherwise I'll miss like that one. I didn't go far enough into the card. Reverse gamble was it's all fucking changed, dear. Look. Superfix is the members, and that's West in the Park. Fix strong. Sound and Fury. Fix. No signal. Half stakes. Galia. There's only 2. I'll go through that Coke race again because there might have been 4 gold gambles in there. So look, these are the 3 fixes. Now I'm not going to. West in the Park. Superfix. I'm not having a superfix. I'm not having any. Go through that later. Gold gamble there. I can't be asked to even read the favourites, waste my time on favourites. We don't bat favourites, but look, they're winning these gold gamble favourites. Titanium. County, no, no. I would have read it if I shouldn't have stopped so early. I should have carried on reading it actually. The race. I'll do that. In future I'll just read the entire race. I can't see the picture anyway. The race is delayed by even if I sign up to this dodgy, and they don't show SIS. It ain't got half the channels don't work. But it's delayed by a race worth anyway. By the time you watch it, it's not much use. But it's good to watch each race. But the internet's got to be quick enough. It's good to watch. It's just a distraction really because I've got to do the math and I can't be watching a race that's 5 minutes late. I don't know. It's like they've got SIS and all sorts on the Fire Stick. Obviously, black market. But the delay is just too much. So it's for members because members would have it if there are any members in today. but there's not, so I just lose the incentive to work hard and do it more properly. I am transparent. I don't call race horses that don't qualify. People that know the fix know I'm talking real with the fix, even if I miss the fixes. Even if I miss the gold gambles up until 12 o'clock at night, I can back market check and see what I have missed. And what I can't claim I've missed, because I haven't. It's not system signal. I'm going to type all this out. Might as well do it right for a week and then just give it up then.
Cumberland Handicap Steeplechase. And with the lead, it is Jetlegs. Took it up at a fairly early stage. Went clear, remains ahead by a small handful of lengths over Sound and Fury down the outside, the red cap, and Valdanza keeping across towards the rails with Iron Bridge following. So they just group up a little more now on taking the fence, which will be the last next time. All over it safely. And once again, they make their progress on up the hill past the stands, with now just over a circuit left before them. It is Jetlegs by 2 over Sound and Fury in at second spot. Then Valdanza, Iron Bridge, Galia de Lito in the yellow sleeves and cap, travelling nicely under Harry Skelton. Then Western in the park around her outside, chased next by Inishir, who's just lost his pitch a little bit. Inishir now with the back end of the field, Fenland Tiger and O'Connell, the only ones behind him as they swing right-handed out towards the side. And it is Jetlegs giving a bold sight here from Valdanza, who continues to skim the rails, and out a little bit deeper, Sound and Fury with Iron Bridge travelling well under John Joe Jr. back in fourth, in front of Galia de Lito, and around the outside, Western in the park, and then Inishir. Fenland Tiger held up, quiet ride, and O'Connell likewise under Gavin Sheehan as they now race down the hill, going away from us and out towards fences 11 and 12. They're due to take 19 in total, and it is Jetlegs leading and still travelling powerfully to Sound and Fury up around the outside in second. Valdanza along the inner of Iron Bridge as they come to take off at another. Jetlegs met it well. They've all taken it safely. Again, Fenland Tiger just lacking a bit of fluency there with the jumping. Quickly on to the next. Jetlegs over it well. And it is Jetlegs from Sound and Fury, Valdanza, Western in the park, and then Iron Bridge in between horses in front of Galia de Lito, Fenland Tiger, Inishir, and O'Connell, as they now reach the first fence over in the back straight, all landing safely once more. Jetlegs almost joined by Sound and Fury up ahead now. To an open ditch they run. Back in third, Western in the park, making some progress, is now on ahead of Iron Bridge, who had a collision mid-air there with Galia de Lito. Valdanza along the inside. They have 5 to jump, and it is Jetlegs and Sound and Fury. Jetlegs, Sound and Fury, Western in the park, biding his time here. Bowen steadily bringing Western in the park closer, with Valdanza up the rails. Then Iron Bridge from Galia de Lito, Fenland Tiger, and then O'Connell, who's at the back with Inishir, as they now turn right-handed, and they're galloping on towards the final half mile of their journey, and the final open ditch is on its way. 4 more to jump then. Jetlegs the leader to Sound and Fury. Jetlegs comes up well again from Sound and Fury. Valdanza, Western in the park still appears to travel well. Iron Bridge now being ridden along, likewise Fenland Tiger, who's staying on a bit towards the inside. Galia de Lito follows. Jetlegs again good, but had to be. The challenge are emerging. Western in the park is continuing to catch the eye in the slipstream of the leader. Then down the outside, Sound and Fury. Valdanza's on the left. Iron Bridge is trying to join in as they come down to 2 out. Jetlegs rather long at that, but still had a narrow lead from Western in the park, who's now being produced. Sound and Fury down the outside, and then Iron Bridge and Valdanza. O'Connell is staying on, and then Galia de Lito. Many chances at the final fence. Jetlegs went right through the top of it and has squandered any chance he had, and now to the near side, Sound and Fury battles out the finish with Western in the park. Ironbridge takes third, and then O'Connell who's staying on, but it's Sound and Fury under Ben Jones who leads. Ironbridge is putting in some very good late headway down the outside. Sound and Fury now all out to Ironbridge. Held him off. Sound and Fury just. From in second, Ironbridge. Next home, O'Connell from Western in the park. A double on the card for Ben Jones and Ben Pauling. Sound and Fury wins the Cumberland Chase.
Yeah, only just though, but a gutsy performance up the stiff finish, and Ironbridge just denied. They are off at home, by the way, on Widdyville too. We're going to be off to Cork in just a second for coverage of the 320 there. The Cork Grand National over 3.5 miles. Runners down at the start. Trap 5 just winning there at Hove for the 319. We'll wrap up the SPs from Carlisle when we get a chance. Cork, though, Balcorto is the 9-2 favourite, and they set off with a long way ahead of them. Let's join them at Cork.
19 fences ahead of them as they swing into the straight for the first time and head for their first obstacle. Lonesome Boatman in the black and red colours, the early leader, with History of Fashion over towards the inside. History of Fashion jumped out to his right. Harry Sexton sat tight and retained second spot as they continue up the straight. Noble Birth behind them with Big Debates to the near side. The top weight Chosen Witness is close up, probably just about third as they come on to jump fence number 2. Lonesome Boatman, History of Fashion to the inside, break of a few lengths to Chosen Witness, then Noble Bird, Big Debates, and from the Ashes to the near side, Drum Gill over towards the inner, Fortune to Fortunata as they jump fence number 3. They'll jump it 3 times as they come up to past the stands. Lonesome Boatman, Darragh O'Keefe out in front, leads History of Fashion and Harry Sexton. Chosen Witness, Paul Townend in third, a break of a few lengths to the black and white of Noble Bird, Keith Donoghue. The yellow and green, Big Debate, Anna McGuinness, then from the Ashes, and Philip Burns to the outside with the white face of Penny 100, Danny Mullins, and wider Drum Gill and Dara McGill as they make the turn. Inside them from the Ashes and Philip Burns, and they're followed away by Fortune to Fortunata, the inside Jack Kennedy, Small Craft Warning and Daniel King, ahead of Spellacy's Cross, Jordan Gainford. Quest with Speed towards the back under Sean Flanagan. Balcotto brings up the rear under Danny Gilligan as they stream out over fence number 4 and head into the back straight. Lonesome Boatman taking them along from Chosen Witness up on the outside, shading second over History of Fashion, a break then of almost 5 lengths back to Noble Birth, just fourth in the inside of Big Debates, and they're followed down to the first of the fences in the back straight by From the Ashes with Drum Gill, a penny 100, Fortune to Fortunata to the inside as they clear that fence, and continue down the far side. Lonesome Boatman by about 3 lengths to Chosen Witness, a definite second on the outside of History of Fashion. That pair about 5, maybe 6 clear of Noble Birth, Big Debates, then Drum Gill. From the Ashes the inside, and then a penny 100 and Fortune to Fortunata and Small Craft Warning. Spellacy's Cross has 2 behind, Quest with Speed, and about 5 lengths adrift at the back Balcotto as they continue on to the last fence in the back straight. Lonesome Boatman driven into it by Darragh O'Keefe. Chosen Witness closer in second, and he's gone on 6 or 7 in front of History of Fashion with Big Debates, Noble Birth and then Drum Gill, followed into the far turn by From the Ashes as they make the swing. That brings them across to the fence on the approach to the straight. Out in front, Lonesome Boatman. From Chosen Witness in second position, little less than 4 lengths between them, more than 4 then to History of Fashion. Big Debate will jump it in fourth. Drum Gill jumped up on the outside of Noble Birth, the penny 100 is with them. Then From the Ashes with Small Craft Warning, Fortune to Fortunata, Spellacy's Cross, Quest with Speed, and a break of about 3 lengths to Balcotto. As they swing in, they've completed the circuit and they're heading for the first of the 3 fences in the straight. Then another circuit ahead of them. Lonesome Boatman over towards the inside, Chosen Witness near side in second. Followed away from it by History of Fashion in blue and yellow, driven along for a few strides the inside of Big Debates in predominantly yellow colours, then Drum Gill. A penny 100 keeping wide, Noble Birth to the inside as they jump to middle fence and head to the fence before the stands. Drum Gill made a mistake there as they come onto the fence. That'll be the last one next time. Lonesome Boatman in the lead from Chosen Witness to the near side, over towards the inner, jumping right was History of Fashion. Between them, Big Debates. In 5th spot is Noble Bert with a penny 100 near side between them, From the Ashes. Then Drumgill, Fortune to Fortunata, Small Craft Warning, Spellicy's Cross in a break of over 3 lengths to the final pair, Quest with Speed and Balcotto, as they make the turn. Brings them away from the stands to the fence on the side of the course. Lonesome Boatman by 2 lengths. History of Fashion back up on the inside of Chosen Witness. Tracking them in 4th position, Big Debates. Then a break of a few lengths to Noble Bert. From the Ashes, a penny 100. Fortune to Fortunatas to the inside. Then Drumgill, Spellicy's Cross and Small Craft Warning as they jump this fence. Final pair, Balcotto, who is relegated Quest with Speed to be the back marker. As they turn down the far side, in the Paddy Power Cork Grand National, Lonesome Boatman out in front leads by about 4. History of Fashion and Chosen Witness sharing 2nd spot. Big Debates is in 4th. Further break of almost 3 then to Noble Bert, From the Ashes, a penny 100 to their outside. Then Fortune to Fortunata. Over the first fence in the back, Lonesome Boatman increases advantage over History of Fashion 2nd. Chosen Witness with Big Debates close on the inside in 4th. A break then of over 3. Noble Bert making a little headway on the inside of From the Ashes. A penny 100 is next, and behind a penny 100 is Drumgill, Fortune to Fortunata trying to make some headway.
Winning, just won it. Gold each way gamble, 10 to 1 boost. Another big one for the fixers. Fix beats both gold gambles. If you remember the 2 golds I put there, it's here somewhere. Sent it through, didn't I? Hopefully it's won it.
Still on Winnable 2.
Turn by a penny 100 as they make the swing that'll bring them across on the approach to the 4th last. Out in front, Lonesome Boatman, Dara O'Keefe, leading the chase now, Big Debates, Anna McGuinness. History of Fashion in 3rd spot under Harry Sexton, with making headway From the Ashes under Philip Burns as they cleared the 4th last fence and approached the turn in. Lonesome Boatman from Big Debates back in 3rd spot, From the Ashes. A penny 100, Small Craft Warning with the white cap.
Big Debates,
creeping into
Gold Gamble
contention.
might pick him up
Cross
because he's
makes
had
headway
a...
as History of Fashion weakens but out. Heading on towards the 3rd last, Lonesome Boatman out in front. Leading the chase in the yellow colours is Big Debates. A break then of a few lengths to From the Ashes to the near side. Small Craft Warning stays on, but they have just 2 to jump.
After him, that Big
And it's Lonesome Boatman under pressure over towards the far side. Big Debates in 2nd, then From the Ashes and Small Craft Warning. Over the 2nd last, Lonesome Boatman still leads. Big Debates in 2nd, staying on From the Ashes and Small Craft Warning, and then Spellicy's Cross, but down to the final fence. Lonesome Boatman over and clear. Big Debates pressed for the 2nd by From the Ashes, but on the run in, it's Lonesome Boatman out in front, staying on strongly under Dara O'Keefe, who'll be completing a treble on the day in tremendous form. Lonesome Boatman wins the Paddy Power Cork Grand National from Big Debates. 3rd spot was From the Ashes, followed in by Small Craft Warning and Spellicy's Cross.
That's the way they've come home, Lonesome Boatman, and ridden there by Dara O'Keefe, who does indeed get himself a treble in the saddle today. Lonesome Boatman, the winner. And the full result to follow at the 1, 2, 3, and indeed 4th there for the Cork Grand National. But the time is now approaching 3:28, so that means we're going to be off to Huntingdon very shortly. We've just had a virtual blanket finish at Deauville in the 3:25. There were a few involved in that 3, I think, altogether. So a very tight photo all round at Deauville, so we'll keep an eye out for that result then. But at Huntingdon, a couple of minutes to go to the off then. Jack Hula is a pretty warm order favourite here for the contest then for Tom Lacey and Stan Shepherd. Let's cross over once again to the Willie Bill Racing Radio studio.
Jack Hula was a lot better with the visor on last time over course and distance when he was well backed. He's up £5 for that. There could be more to come, but again, similar to last, he's just taken a big chunk out of the market, isn't it, when there's 3 placing off. We've seen the well-being of the Ben Pauling string, Callum Pritchard riding winners at the minute. Katia de Mestrival hasn't gone on from a good effort, but this is first going a handicap. A mark of 100 should be workable. There's a tongue tie going on for the first time. Double figure prices, I'd take a chance with the top horse each way here.
Katira de Mestival at 9 to 1. So we'll lead on that 9 to 1 shot if we can, Ken. This horse running in its first handicap, it's already in the basement handicap here, but the yard can't stop training winners.
Yeah, no, as I said, they're fit. They're fit for their first debut run. This mare falls in that category. So, yeah, she's ready to go.
Course winner Jack Hula, the favourite. Ken, tell us more.
Yeah, he looks okay. Nice type by Jack Hobbs. Looks well enough, I'd say.
And Sharp Weight running for the first time this season, hasn't run since March. Second favourite, 7-1.
Just okay for me. The one I'm going to go is Each Way, Vivid Pink. Alan King's horse has been running well this start of the jump season. This Billy mare's fit. Looks all right. Each Way, Vivid Pink for me, Darren.
Okay, Ken. Vivid Pink for Kenny. 10-1. The price of Vivid Pink. We've got a bit of time, so let's talk about one or two more, Ken, if we can. Let's have a word on Queen's Wish.
Vivid Pink's one of the fixers, of course. It's a non-signalled half stakes one. They're all half stakes, these ones. Kankin, Vivid Pink, and if you're backing only the signalled ones and you want more accurate win to loss ratio, you can do that, but you're not going to hit 66 to 1, 33 to 1 winners like yesterday.
Right.
Let's go to Huntingdon.
PriceUp.bet handicap hurdle jumping 10 and Queen's Wish straight into the lead in the early stages here. Catalan King, Ghost Pepper and Market House prominent as they get over number 1. With Kankin there on the inside, and wide on the course is Jack Hula, the white, black and maroon silks. On the inside of that is Katira de Mestavel, just worse than midfield, No Guarantee, as Queen's Wish leads to the second. Ahead of Kankin, Market House and Catalan King, Ghost Pepper and Jamie Brace on the outside. The pink and green, Vivid Pink, Tom Bellamy looking for a double next. To the outer is Katira de Mestavel, and that one's inner is No Guarantee. Jack Hula, the winner last month, is wider. And the ones at the back at the moment shan't wait. In rear with a Brave Move. Brave Move is towards the back, just taking the right-hand turn. And Spectre One is last of all. So about to race to flight number 3. And it is Queen's Wish that leads. Queen's Wish with the advantage coming into this. Over to Kankin, Catalan King and Market House. A little bit untidy, Sharp Weight, maybe was just caught on heels back towards the rear. The brown and orange silks turning into the home straight. Ghost Pepper is in 5th. In 6th is Vivid Pink. Then Katira de Mestavel, No Guarantee. Sharp Weight, Jack Hula waited with. In company with Brave Move and Jonathan Burke. And Spectre One, Tristan Durrell last of all. So it is Queen's Wish with the lead, being followed by Kankin, the pink and dark blue. And with the very big white face, Catalan King, as they jump the first of 2 in the home straight. Everything getting from one side to the other there. Racing strongly is Vivid Pink, just on the inside, or just behind Market House now, as they come to jump what will be the last next time. Market House made a mistake there and dropped a couple of positions. So they've taken their first 5 hurdles. 1 circuit to go. And it is Queen's Wish ahead of Catalan King. Kankin is in 3rd place. Katira de Mestavel. Callum Pritchard in dark green on the inside of Market House. And right away on the inner is Vivid Pink. Ghost Pepper just chased along on the outside, about to go past the exit back to the stables. And the back 5 at this stage, Shan't Wait, No Guarantee, Jack Hula, Brave Move, and Spectre One. They've completed their first circuit in the PriceUp.bet handicap hurdle. And it's James Bowen and Queen's Wish leading to Catalan King and Harry Bannister in 2nd position. Kankin is in 3rd. These are still being followed by Katira de Mestavel, Market House, Ghost Pepper and Vivid Pink. The first 7 or 8 only separated by 4 or 5 lengths. Then No Guarantee, Shan't Wait, Jack Hula still in no hurry, Stan Shepherd as they run towards number 6. Brave Move and Spectre One still the back pair. Queen's Wish over. Kankin made a slight mistake there to Catalan King, and on the outside Market House. Reminder for Ghost Pepper on the outer, then Katira de Mestavel, No Guarantee as they run to the 4th last obstacle here. Queen's Wish continues to take them along and does so to Market House, Catalan King, Katira de Mestavel, Kankin the inside of Vivid Pink. Widest of all on the course is Jack Hula, still yet to try and make a move with Shan't Wait. They are very well bunched. Brave Move is also back in the pack, and Spectre One is pushed along last of all. So they've got 3 left to jump from here. Queen's Wish the leader. Queen's Wish to Market House in 2nd second position. And then Katira de Mestavel, Ghost Pepper, Kank in the inside. Catalan King has dropped out as they run to 3 out here. And it is Queen's Wish still with the lead. Jack Hula very wide, starting to make some ground. So 2 left to take from here. Queen's Wish in front of Katira de Mestavel. Kank in the inner of Market House. Jack Hula's racing sweetly on the outside at the moment. Queen's Wish, though, she's still galloping on well in front. Queen's Wish, 3 clear of Kankin. Jack Hula the outside, then Katira de Mestavel. Brave Move is running home well from the back, but Queen's Wish, the one that needs catching at the moment. Stan Shepard doesn't look flustered in any way, and also Vivid Pink is coming there to press. These are the first 3. They've both gone by Queen's Wish. Vivid Pink and Jack Hula the first 2. Queen's Wish drops to 3rd, and it's Vivid Pink and Tom Bellamy to Jack Hula on the outside, who's now being asked some very serious questions. Vivid Pink was low but cleared the last in front of Jack Hula in second place, and it's Vivid Pink and Tom Bellamy here. Vivid Pink to Jack Hula in second, a double for Tom Bellamy. Vivid Pink the winner, Jack Hula in second. In third place, Queen's Wish, and Brave Move just got 4th.
Yes, the way they've come home, and of course we've got Ken Pitterson trackside at Huntingdon for us here at Willieville today, and he tipped Vivid Pink. Well, he said each way, but it was a selection and a King's Charge, and has done him and indeed you proud if you backed it 10-1 for Vivid Pink, who's held on there from the favourite Jack Hula, and they were clear in the end from the others, with Queen's Wish just staying on behind them into third place. Vivid Pink the winner at odds of 10-1. So that was Huntingdon's 3:30 race. I've got Sandy Lanes coming up in just a moment. So last call for vets there. Just while you watch the replays from Huntingdon, Holiday Camp 5-2 favourites on Willieville 2. It's Sandy Lanes for the 3:36. Good luck.
They're off. 6 is an early leader. 10 is close behind. Into the bend now, and look at them go. 2 is making rapid headway. And we have a new leader. Number 5. 2 is the leader. 5 in second place. 11 is the back marker. 5 is challenging for the lead. 10 is starting to look a little tired. 4 is beginning to close. 2 is losing a little ground. But 4 is making ground on him. First, number 2. Number 5 is second. Number 1 is third.
Holiday Camp the winner, then a winning favourite. The SP is 5-2 favourite, 28-1 and 5-1. Going to be off to the Curragh very shortly, about 3:40. It's listed race coming up in just a moment. Just a heads up as well for the football, a reminder later on, of course, Man City and Bournemouth in action. Haaland to score anytime, evens instead of 1-2. Later scores so far: West Ham are still leading Newcastle 2-1. Do have a look at the bet in place. 76 minutes gone for the West Ham Newcastle game. And north of the board in the Scottish League Cup semi-final, Celtic are still leading 10-man Rangers by a goal to 0. And matches on the continent as well. You can see some of those scores going through there thanks to Willieville Live. On Willieville 2, Hopes 3:38 will be coming up soon. They're about to go behind and load in. But as the clock ticks round closer to the next race coming up at the Curragh, I'll be crossing over in just a second then to the Willieville Racing Radio studio. This is a race in which Joseph O'Brien's got no less than 6 runners, including the favourite Starford, with top apprentice Wayne Hassett on board. So they're milling about at the start then. Let's get a good look at this then in the company of the Willieville Racing Radio studio.
Trip, and he got beat at Galway, but you know, the mile 3 at Listowel last time on heavy ground, he saw it out nicely. He looks to have solid claims, doesn't he? I just think there's plenty in with chances here. I think you could give chances to 6 or 7 of these. Royal Entry, she's been running in stakes company for the majority of the season after winning her maiden at Cork. She's run well in group races. I hope she stays further than this. I think she's got really solid claims for Paddy Toomey and Billy Lee. Fleur de Sheen for Jessie Harrington, who's got a few in this race as well. She beat a couple in this race, Royal Entry and Beset being 2 of those last time out. That was a good effort over this trip. Ground, again, should be perfectly fine. She's won on easy ground. She's one that is unexposed over this sort of trip. It's she's a typical Kirsten Rousing type of filly. They're all bred with plenty of pedigree, stamina in the pedigrees, aren't they? And she's the each way selection. She's weak in the market, but you know, she was a big price when she won last time at 22-1. That was the first go over 10 furlong, over a trip further than 10 furlongs in her career, you know, she could be very unexposed at this sort of trip. Shane Foley has presumably chosen her out of the Harrington runners. I just think Fleur de Chine at a big price is the each-way angle into this whiz.
Okay, Fleur de Chine is 8 to 1. 8 to 1. Fleur de Chine for the 3:40 race over at the Curragh. 17 to 2 now. Or Starford, really warm order. 7 to 4 favourite for this listed Guinness Zero Finale Stakes, which is over 1.5 miles. Runners going into the stalls will be going off to Carlisle after the Curragh race. One more to come from Carlisle, and that is a handicap hurdle at 3:47. And favourite there at Carlisle, incidentally, is Woodland Park at 13 to 8 for Bowen and Murphy. Let's go to the Curragh.
White flag raised. Just waiting on Royal Entry. They are set. Off over 1.5 miles. Beset jumped out smartly, not so Royal Entry. The Guinness Zero Finale Stakes, it's listed. It's Beset taken on by Ballet Slippers, and between them is Snap Pretend. Close as Eternal Spirit, followed by Stafford, Limserbat, Zora and Birth, and Romzina gifted next. To the inside is the Grey Navy Waters, followed by Fleur de Chine, Bladi, Galileo Dame, 3 lengths to Royal Entry. Together in these early stages are Snap Pretend and Ballet Slippers, moving on a length in front of Beset and Eternal Spirit there, disputing third. Lemserbat Zora next, and on the outside is Gifted. Closely grouped, continuing to the far point of the track with 9 furlongs to go. Snap Pretend, Joey Sheridan just lead Ballet Slippers, and Jack Cleary.
Of Mullingar.
By rapidly improving Romzina, Chris Hayes on the outside, who's going up onto the pace, followed by Beset and Zora, Eternal Spirit and Limserbat and Gift, and Starford knocked back to mid-division, and Birth, Fleur de Chine, Navy Waters, Galileo Damas, 2 behind Obladi and Royal Entry. Turning with 7 furlongs to go, there's a change of leader. Romzina goes on from Zora into second. On the inside, Snap Pretend, followed by Beset and Ballet Slippers and Limserbat next with Eternal Spirit. Starford and Gifted race together, and then Birth, Fleur de Chine, Navy Waters, Galileo Dame, Obladi, and continuing the back marker. Heading past the halfway stage is Royal Entry. Romzina leads by a length to Snap Pretend, another length back to Zora in third, and Ballet Slippers. After them is Beset with Eternal Spirit and Gifted and Limserbat, and they're followed down for the approach to the straight by Stafford and Fleur de Chine, Birth, Galileo Dame, Navy Waters, Obladi, and still that 3-length gap to Royal Entry. 4 furlongs to go. Romzina is rejoined by Snap Pretend, followed by Zora, who's shaken up in third. Ballet Slippers round them, and then Beset and Starford edging closer. On the inside is Limserbat, followed for home by Gifted. Eternal Spirit falls away, then Fleur de Chine, Birth, Navy Waters, Obladi, Galileo Dame, and Royal Entry. They race towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Romzina challenged on both sides by Beset and Snap Pretend. After them is Limserbat with Starford angling over this way. Beset kicks at the final furlong and a half and opens up from Snap Pretend and Stafford. Royal Entry from last is staying on late in the pace, and the Limserbat, but away and gone is Beset, one of many in the race for Joseph O'Brien. Beset and Declan McDonough are clear from Royal Entry. Third is Snap Pretend, followed by Limserbat. Only one result here, Beset by a big margin in the finale stakes. Royal Entry second, Snap Pretend third.
Yeah, Bizet, I believe, has given Joseph O'Brien a 100th flat winner of the season. Then one written by Declan McDonough. He had 6 entries in it, and Bizet proves the best of them at 7 to 1. Chased home there by Royal Entry for Paddy Toomey, Billy Lee, and Snap Pretend, one of Joseph's other runners that did cut out quite a lot of the running, has held on for third. The winner, though, is number 2, Bizet at 7 to 1. That was in the Guinness Zero Ferrari Stakes, the listed race on the card. We'll be back there later for the 4:15 middle distance maiden at the Curragh. In a few minutes' time, we've got more action for you from Carlisle coming up. The Shelbow John Bowes Wright Memorial Handicap Hurdle, part of the Go North Sea Pigeon Series qualifier coming up very, very shortly at Carlisle. We've got virtual action taking place on Williamville 2, and we're just over a few minutes away from the end of West Ham and Newcastle. West Ham is still leading 2-1. Just airing from the Scottish League Cup semi-final, Rangers got a penalty and James Taverna has converted it. It's Celtic 1, Rangers 1 now with about 4 minutes to go in the Scottish League Cup semi-final. So do check the bet and play for all the various matches. Got Man City and Bournemouth coming up in a little while. And as we mentioned earlier for you, Haaland to score any time instead of 1 to 2, even money. Do check all the T's and C's out for that. Right, the runners at Carlisle to make their way to the start there for the 3:47, and as I mentioned, 2 miles and a furlong ahead of them. The favourites at the moment is Ollie Murphy's runner, Woodland Park, who's looking to give Ollie Murphy and Sean Bowen a double on the card up there today. 15-8 now, and then Dunnett is 9-4, and it's 4-1 and bigger for the rest of them at Carlisle. So a couple of minutes to go to the off. Let's get a quick word or two once again from the Willie Mill Racing Radio studio.
Bit of an in and out performer, but you could definitely give him a chance if he puts his best foot forward. And certainly last season, you could also argue that his best run was his first run in this race last year. So he was just beaten ahead when he was with Ian Jardines in this race last year. So yeah, you could give him a chance. Woodland Park, the favourite. Obviously, you have to respect the Sean Bowen, Ollie Murphy access. However, I do think a mark of 117 on what he's actually achieved is quite a high mark. His bumper form looks pretty good, but his hurdle form, you could pick holes in it. Admittedly, I was there at Leicester when he won that day. His task was made a lot easier by John Joe Neal's running out when beaten at the last, but John Joe's horse hasn't really gone on to do an awful lot, so I think a mark of 117.
3 races left. Spammers keep liking post. Not getting through to real people. I don't know. It's dramatic marketing, I think. Cooking done in a minute, in a bit. The old power don't come down. Start reading this one. Interesting one, that one. Unless Airspray wins at 6-1, no real. I mean, we don't back favourites anyway, so it won't be back in the favourite. Fixed members. These goals should come behind it. Listen to it while I do the maths on this race.
Nitty-gritty as they hop over hurdle number 1. They're all safe. A bit awkward that it was interchangeable at the back end of the field, as they now make their progress up the home straight for the first time. Double digits up around the outside of Airspray. Airspray tracked through by Admiralty House over towards the inside. Dunnett, Head and Ruler Bula are following, and they're racing on ahead of Getaway Master. Nitty Gritty is out a bit deeper. Ipup chases those. Then comes How About No, who's in the red and black colours, with Woodland Park held up towards the back end of the field as Nitty Gritty rather wrap the top of that fairly hard.
No!
Also towards the back early on, Medieval Gold, with up the inside Joshua De Flo, and Interchangeable in a noseband, another one in rear. And they are at present around about 12 lengths or so behind Double Digits, who in the hands of Danny McMenamin takes them past the winning post for the first time with the lead. And the lead is
Cromwell's got
3/4 of a length over Airspray Racing in second.
You've got to be sharp on this stuff.
And then in third, Admiralty House over to the inside. Followed in fourth by Ruler Bula, who's following Double Digits, taking a deeper route. And in turn is a little way in advance of Getaway Master, who's over towards the inside of Nitty Gritty. Then comes Done It Head, winner of this race 2 years ago, with Ip Up following, and then Woodland Park. And out a bit wider on the track, Medieval Gold, with How About No, and then Interchangeable and Joshua De Flo as the field fan out all over the track here, making the run, going away from us now and towards flight at number 4, with Double Digits showing up ahead. There's one here before Double Digits and leads by about a length
of Oxford.
To in second position, Airspray, who rather reached for that next flight of hurdles. All over it safely. Not the greatest shape made across it from Woodland Park further down the pack, although he is beginning to improve his position as they make the run to halfway. Double Digits, half a length in front from Airspray in second. Admiralty House tracking them in third, in front of Ruler Bula. And then Woodland Park, who's now up into about 5th place as they reach the next flight of hurdles, and all taking it safely enough. Interchangeable is up around the outside, another one who's made some ground up fairly rapidly. Double Digits then over the next flight with the lead, and all taking it safely. One that's lost a lot of ground is Done It Head, has plummeted right to the back end of the field, going nowhere fast. So Double Digits on towards the end of the far straight, half a length or so ahead over Airspray in second, and then Admiralty House and Interchangeable, who's made plenty of progress going down the back. Ruler Bula running next as they now race on into the home straight, and they're galloping towards the final 3 flights of hurdles. And as they do so, I'm afraid Joshua De Flo broke down at the back end of the field. It is in front to the inside Airspray with Double Digits, Admiralty House, Ruler Bula, and then to the outside Interchangeable. And they're being followed by Ip Up and How About No, who rather blundered his way across the third flight from home. Woodland Park has slid back again, has got plenty to do. Medieval Gold is up around the outside, and they're being chased in rear by Getaway Master, Done It Head, and Nitty Gritty. Arriving at the second last flight of hurdles, Double Digits is challenged on either side. Ruler Bula, the light blue sleeves towards the outer. Over on the far side is Airspray, and having got a bit outpaced, staying on again now is Woodland Park in the mauve jacket. One from the left. Down the outside, Medieval Gold is coming into it as well, with Ip Up chasing them. Ruler Bula took the lead over the final flight, a length or so to the good, with down the outside Medieval Gold together with Ip Up, and also Woodland Park further back to the weakening Airspray into the closing stages. Ruler Bula chased hard by Medieval Gold and Woodland Park. It's Ruler Bula who shows in front. Medieval Gold throwing down a late challenge, not quite enough. Ruler Bula held on from Medieval Gold. Back in third, Woodland Park. Ip Up was fourth.
Yeah, just managing to last out up the hill there then for John Joe and AJ O'Neill, and John Joe O'Neill Jr. on board. Ruler Bula, who just as the...
I think that was signal as strong. Ruler Bula. This market's just doing my head in. I'm just going to post it. Yeah, I mean, these people could have, if they'd interacted, they could have had that. You know, the one I didn't read through the entire card, and I missed a 12-to-1 gold gamble. So I'll add it up as without that, today's profit. But don't count the strong ones, so Ruler Bula won't be counted. Because we're doing the challenges using gold gambles, and I mean, every method makes a profit by the end of the week. That's guaranteed. Even the reverse gambles, which really haven't. There's only about 3 or 4 been signalled today, but well, none's been signalled. Like absolute, like gold reverse gambles, we call them. There haven't been any. So I'm just concentrating on where the money goes. The gold gambles. 347 Carlisle, 3 odds. Oh. Oh, I didn't get Rullabulla. That Hidalgo de Mott's was 10 to 1 available when I wrote it down. 6 to 1 now. It's going off at 6s. Oh, it's a big code 3. Don't matter about putting 10 to 1. Rullabulla, 72, yeah. It was strong when I looked at it. I didn't put it down for some reason. The fix was beaten. We don't back favourites, so that's alright. Some people do. They won't make a lot. It's just like 1 step forward, 2 steps back with these things. Even if they're super fixed, go the lot, because the bookie uses these favourites to rob you blind. Very good at it. You just avoid favourites entirely, you will make massive amounts of profit. It's no good saying 30% of favourites win. That to me is 30% of our challengers to the favourite are not going to win. Which 70% can beat the favourite is very good statistic, very good, at the odds of an average of 5 to 1. If I can catch a chemist open near me. Pinderfield, Lloyd's. Oh, is that inside the... in the hospital? Closes at 5. That's alright then. And that's in Pinfields as well. That closes at 5. Oops, is up at Kurgate. Is that going to be in town? It is. Where to park for such as that? Is at the bottom of the road. Yeah. Kurgate. Oh, it's all changed, didn't it? Since I was a kid. Can't get used to it. There's Boots. I got hospital. More likely to have it. Right, last 2 after this. Good. Good.
Right.
Come on. Frozen. Frozen.
Half a length over it from Plunkett Street, a close second. 2 lengths away then to ahead of the posse to the inside. Alongside is Hidalgo de Mott with them. Between horses is Front Door Famous as they cleared the next. That was the 4th last, or the 5th last flight. As they head on now to the last one on the far side. To the outside, Only Mammy Can Love Me. Plunkett Street almost on terms. They're closely followed by Ahead of the Posse. Front Door Famous between horses. To the outside is Hidalgo de Mott. Arctic Gale makes a little headway on the outside of Into Daily Copper. Making a little headway on the outside of that leading group is Fleming's Interest. But they're tightly grouped as they make the turn that brings them across on the approach to the straight. Plunkett Street on the inside shares the lead now with Only Mammy Can Love Me. They're followed on the approach to the straight by Front Door Famous. Ahead of the Posse the inside, Into Daily Copper with them making headway on the outside. Fleming's Interest also trying to get into it is Arctic Gale. As they bunch up, Plunkett Street leads them into the straight. Plunkett Street in the stripes. From in the red and black colours Into Daily Copper. To the outside, the black and green colours of Fleming's Interest. Ahead of the Posse, still in touch over towards the inside. Hidalgo de Mott. Coffee Con Leche has made headway behind them as they come away from the third last flight. Plunkett Street leads from Into Daily Copper the near side. Cafe Con Leche in the cheek pieces trying to challenge. Ahead of the Posse over towards the far side. Then Hidalgo de Mott as they come to jump to second last. Plunkett Street a few lengths in front. Jumps at 3 in front. Cafe Con Leche staying on into second. Into Daily Copper is third, and then Hidalgo de Mott. But as they head for the final flight in the Daniel and Norma O'Keefe handicap hurl, Plunkett Street over from Cafe Con Leche finishing well on the stand side. They'll fight it out ahead of Into Daily Copper as they go to the line. Plunkett Street far side of Cafe Con Leche. Into Daily Copper third, and in fourth spot was Hidalgo de Mott.
A really tight finish there. Then we'll have to wait on confirmation from the judge there in race card order number 2, Cafe Con Leche, and number 8, Plunkett Street, going past together. Deauville for the 4 o'clock on Woodyville to they're nearly set to go here for this contest. Quiet King, 7-4 market leader, and indeed they've set off in France. Let's join them.
Settles midfield, first to bounce out from.
There you go. We haven't won the last 2 races, winning everything. But there's only one. See, if people had been involved, I could have got them that 12-1, and they won't be losing so much. They won't so much ahead just on free bets, just on the golds that I'm giving. Weak signal, Indian Sunbird. Oh, do you know what? I'm not paying that crazy parking cost bill. Oh, mind you, that after. Linus does that. Linus, not Linus. And then last one, 4:15. Just do it early. Get off then. Do what we need to do. Rocky Robin. 41 factual facts. Am I seeing things? Rocky Road. Robin. Listen to this one go.
In between the two hurdles in the straight, and it's Despero, the Wise Traveller, Braganza Bay, Lantos, Calagogo, and then Fine By Me. The grey, that is Bobalot, next in the field, ahead of Captain Trigger, the pink and black stripes, racing it. Jaeger Time is towards the back, ahead of Bell's Benefit, and then Lord Warburton, Indian Sunbird, and Fox's Socks, the back three. So two full circuits in front of the field from here, and it is the Wise Traveller, three-time Huntingdon winner, that leads under Jamie Gambin. Lelantos and Nico de Boinville, the light blue, that horse wearing blinkers today, just in second. Calagogo, the outside. Despero just drops to fourth, ahead of Fine By Me and Jaeger Time, who has moved rather closer. Then Braganza Bay and Bobalot. Bell's Benefit also making a little bit of progress from the back as they head onto the far side of the course, ahead of Captain Trigger and A Piece of Fortune. Linus Dancer is 3/4 of the way back through the field with Grion de Monte. Lord Warburton, Fox's Socks, and Indian Sunbird taking the first of two over on the far side, all getting over that without mishap. And having taken the right-hander on the run towards the next, it is still the Wise Traveller in front. Calagogo on the outside, yellow and black of Lelantos, with Despero there on the inner in fourth, ahead of Fine By Me. And then Braganza Bay in the red and black silks. Bobalot, Jaeger Time is wider. And then Captain Trigger. Bell's Benefit, the light blue, a little worse than midfield, ahead of Linus Dancer and A Piece of Fortune. They've taken their first four obstacles. And still towards the back is Fox's Socks in rear with Lord Warburton, the two Mike Sowersby runners. And Indian Sunbird is currently one from last. Grion de Monte in company with those. So getting to flight number 5, the Wise Traveller. Pops that nicely in front. Lord Warburton made a slight mistake back in the pack. So turning in, they've completed circuit number 1 in the Book Your Christmas Parties at Huntingdon handicap hurdle. The Wise Traveller, Lelantos, Calagogo, Despero, the first four. Calagogo ridden along around the turn. Fine By Me, the white sleeves next. Jamie Brace, Braganza Bay, David Bass, the inner. Then Captain Trigger. And Bobalot still minding his own business in midfield. Another previous course winner in this lineup as they jump what will be 2 out next time around. A Piece of Fortune is next. Linus Dancer is still away on the inside. Indian Sunbird following with Jaeger Time out wide and Bell's Benefit. Lord Warburton, Fox's Socks the last two as they jump the flight that'll be the last next time around. It was number 7 of the 12. It's the Wise Traveller. Heading past, leading by a length, a line of 3, disputing second. Lelantos in between Despero and Calagogo. And then Captain Trigger. Pink and black stripes Charlie Price on the outer of Braganza Bay. 5th and 6th, then Fine By Me. Jaeger fit the next quintet, ahead of Grion.
Just a big race, Catholic Lecce. Just check it, see if I did miss it in the market. And it was the first and only one reverse gamble win today. Yeah, when you look into the market a good chance, didn't it? Yep. No, so we're not back in reverse gambles, and even if I'd have listed it as a reverse gamble, there's not really any profit for the reverse gambles today because there was 1, 2, 3, 4 in that race. So no, we don't count that.
Lelantos. Calagogo losing some ground. Fine by Me improving on that one's inner. Then Captain Trigger. Jaeger Time getting right into it on the outside. Fern O'Brien. Bob a lot. Wider still is Bell's Benefit. Linus Dancer, A Piece of Fortune still held together. No move yet from Indian Sunbird. Lord Warburton picking off 1 or 2 out wide. So 3 left to jump. The Wise Traveller. Jaeger Time. Pushed along Lelantos. Despero. Bell's Benefit getting into the thick of things out wide. And then Fine by Me. Captain Trigger from Bob a Lot. And then Linus Dancer. Lord Warburton. Braganza Bay. Struggling Indian Sunbird still with quite a bit to do from where he is. Jaeger Time led 3 out there too. The Wise Traveller. Linus Dancer's gone amiss, I'm afraid, after 3 out. Jaeger Time leading. The Wise Traveller, Despero, Lelantos, Captain Trigger, and then Bell's Benefit ahead of Fine by Me, Bob a Lot, and Indian Sunbird turning into the home straight. 2 left to jump. Jaeger Time is sent on to try and win the race. Has finished second in his last 2. Despero is in pursuit in second place. Then Captain Trigger, Bob a Lot running home quite nicely. Jaeger Time over the second last. 2 lengths clear of Despero. Captain Trigger running now towards the 12th and final obstacle here. Jaeger Time, Despero not giving up. Captain Trigger as well. Jaeger Time is at the last. A good jump. That should be enough. Captain Trigger in second now. Despero in third. Running up towards the line. Jaeger Time is going to win today. Jaeger Time. Fern O'Brien beats Captain Trigger. Despero third. Bob a Lot home in fourth ahead of Indian Sunbird.
That's the way they've come home, and Fairglow.
I don't like that name. Just check, because I might have gone too early before last shows. And, this is usually why. 3 losses in a row. People really. Oh no, it was Signals. Right. I'm very tired. I'm ready to eat. Minutes. Oh shit, spam.
He was very green, slowly away. I thought he did well to finish so close in the end. He's got an extra 3 furlongs to see out here. Now, Muhara, we remember him as a champion sprinter, don't we? But he gets Prodigy, who they won a bit of a trip in time. And I think at a big price, Shamrock Flame could run a decent race here for Sean Davies. So he'd be an each-way angle at a bigger price. But I think Switch from Diesel, if she brings that bumper form to the flat, I think she could have a big say in this.
Okay, Stable have had a winner this afternoon as well. Switch from Diesel for Ross O'Sullivan and Donna O'Connor. This horse second at Punchestown in the Grade 1 there behind Bambino Fever back in spring. Interesting runner on the flat. Switch from Diesel 4-1. That's a selection of Jan in the final race of the day at the Curragh. Number 16, Switch from Diesel, the selection. And at a price, take a look at number 15, Shamrock Flame, who shows at 12-1. Runners now are going into the stalls. Fort Hill is the current favourite. Let's join Jerry Hannon.
Raised. That off in the finale race, the 1x Bet Safe for Gambling Maiden. It's run over 1.5 miles. Vying for the leader, Shamrock Flame, Maeve Brennan, and on the inside, McLaughlin, Handy Fort Hill, and Cut the Rope, followed by Bobby Carova and Jack's Sister, a man's horse, Sue Eagle in the yellow cap, followed by Sorting Sun and Factual Fact and Velardo next, Ben Hur and Lily Parr next, and Mick Dell and Not So Profitable and Rocket Robin. Further back in the field is Eagle's Quest, who's followed by Dior Noir and Switch from Diesel well down. It's followed by, on the inside, Knockmark Angel. Others towards the tail end of the field with 9 furlongs to go, Silver Hill Socks and Celtic Priestess. Shamrock Flame from an improving Factual Fact, being followed by Fort Hill with the noseband Cut the Rope on the inside of Maeve Brennan, followed towards the final mile by Jack's Sister and then Sue Eagle, and McLaughlin has lost ground on the inside, followed by Bobby Carova and a man's horse, Lily Parr and Velardo, followed by Sorting Sun and Ben Hur and Lily Parr next.
Off hove.
They begin the run uphill, and it is Factual Fact from Fort Hill. On the inside is Shamrock Flame, being followed on towards the halfway stage by Cut the Rope, then Maeve Brennan, McLaughlin, Sue Eagle next, with on the outside Jack's Sister, then Bobby Carova and Sorting Sun, a man's horse, Lily Parr, Velardo, Eagle's Quest, Ben Hur, Dior Noir, Rocket Robin and Mick Dell, and Switch from Diesel, then Not So Profitable, followed down from the top of the course by Silver Hill Socks with the last two, Celtic Priestess, and struggling is Knockmark Angel. 5 furlongs to go, they're on the descent. The 1x Bet Safe for Gambling Maiden over 1.5 miles. They're well past halfway. Factual Fact and Ronan Whelan lead narrowly. From in second place is Fort Hill, the Mount of Billy Lee, and then Cut the Rope, edging a little bit closer for Chris Hayes on the inside of Shamrock Flame and Sean Davis. They're followed by Maeve Brennan and Jack's Sister and Sue Eagle, McLaughlin improving on the inside, Eagle's Quest, as they straighten with 3 furlongs to go. Factual Fact from Written Up is Fort Hill, being followed by Maeve Brennan, who's making ground on the outside, then Cut the Rope over the far side, Eagle's Quest. Further over is Lily Parr, Sorting Sun and Rocket Robin. They race inside the final 2, and Factual Fact moves on by 2 lengths to Fort Hill. On the outside is Maeve Brennan from a long way back. Switch from Diesel is staying on, and then comes Lily Parr inside the final furlong in the finale. Applauding all champions, it's Factual Fact by 2.5 to Switch from Diesel, who's coming home on the outside of Fort Hill. Factual Fact from Switch from Diesel. Factual Fact, Switch from Diesel. They finish wide apart. I leave the judge to call it at Fort Hill, Lily Parr, Maeve Brennan.
Yeah, close in the end as Factual Fact was screaming for the line, and Switch from Diesel coming on the near side, making it pretty tight for the outcome there. On Woody Bill 2, running guards.
Right, just get that combination forecast landed. 12-1. It's not going to be great because just 12-1 to win, about 24-1. Not great in the last 3-4. Well, finished all right. It's these goals you can't trust. If you miss, I missed 12-1. Still landed a few, didn't they? They're only minus about 3 or 4. Still well in profit. Fixers much bigger in profit though, because much more highly arranged. The gambles, there's a lot of guesswork, and you've got to understand that sometimes it's not people in the know and professional money. Sometimes it's just a matter of opinion compared to the fix. Oh, come on. I don't know if I can be asked to drink tonight, you know, because first a 1, 2, 3 from the actually landed a combination tri-cast, but 20 to 1 for 12 to 1. Returned. It's covering the superfix as well. Superfix just not far away as well. Pretty much 4th, 5th. So there you go. 12.15. That's about it, isn't it? This method does work worldwide. I'm going to have to be paid big time to be carrying on to do American racing tonight. All right then. That's the first day. We'll tot it up on tomorrow's. Start with 1,000 bank, £10 each way. Beginning's always harder because obviously then we double up to £20 each way, £30 each way. Quickly escalates to 10,000. Can do it within the week many times. There's no, you know, you can't hear of defeat. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Right, I'll stop this video and upload it to YouTube now.